There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Belly of Tea. The winds blew hard, her bow did down, oh blow me bully boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. All hands to the side, harpooned and fought her when she dived down low. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. No line was cut, no whale was freed, and the captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged to the whaleman's creed. She took that ship in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out to the Luck Check stream. Really appreciate that. My name is Johnny McAllister. I'm going to be your DM for the night, and I am not reading from my script because I'm a fool and forgot to pull it up first. Welcome to Luck Check, the only show on Twitch where I make something up about each player as I introduce them. My name is Johnny McAllister, and I'll be your Dungeon Master for the afternoon. Luck Check is a live play D&D podcast streamed weekly here at twitch.tv/luckcheck every Wednesday at 6 p.m. sharp. This Thursday at the same time, we're also going to be hosting a semi-weekly talkback stream where we'll have a more informal gathering of a few of our players and one of the DMs to just chat about the events of Luck Check, answer some viewer questions, or who knows what else. Additionally, did you know that we have a YouTube channel and a Discord server? Links to both are available in the Streams About page, or by using the associated command in Twitch chat, !YouTube or !Discord. Now, it wouldn't be a good D&D game without the players, and it's my job to tell you about them. This player's middle name is Eurydices, introducing my co-host and crew medic, Tovi Troopman.
Come again? What's my middle name?
It's not actually, I pronounced it wrong on purpose to make people upset.
Well, you pronounced it very wrong, but what do you think my middle name is? Just out of curiosity.
Someone wasn't paying attention earlier, so that's fine. Anyways, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay. I need to turn this music down. But I am Tovi, and I play Henry in the stream. He's a witch, which is like a modified 3rd edition class. little bit of a homebrew thing. So if I do anything super weird, I'll explain it. But yeah, that's all about me.
Very, very cool. This player once killed a man using a piano string, introducing the captain of the crew, Dr. Benjamin Stortenbecker.
You'll never be able to prove I did anything. I buried that evidence with that body over in the sea. I don't know. Anyways, hi, it's Ben Stortenbecker. How are you all doing? I am going to be playing, yes, our captain, Kamos, the Tiefling War Mage, a fun little class from the auxiliary 5e kind of fan brew expansion, Valda's Spire of Secrets. Looking forward to dealing with our shenanigans from last time.
Very good. This next player, knows the secret ingredient to Coca-Cola, and he won't tell me. Introducing the crew's man-at-arms and rogue, Connor Griffith.
Yeah, it's a secret, so back off, Johnny.
I want to know.
You're not getting it from me. I will be playing Valandros, a Pain Taster Rogue, which is a middle finger of Vecna homebrew, who I forget who created it. I'll look that up later. And I have a new whip that I've been using, and I'm just loving it.
Very, very cool. Last of all, this guest player owns the second largest collection of human teeth on the East Coast. Introducing our guest player, Margaret Stortenbecker.
Hey, I will neither confirm nor deny whether or not I have the largest collection of human teeth, but can confirm that Ben killed someone with a piano wire. So, hi, I'm Margaret. I am playing Inari Shadowrun, a Sea Elf Tempest cleric who was not expecting to find herself in this place with these people at all.
Very good. Honestly, none of us were expecting ourselves to be here.
I was just trying to get my bow repaired.
I dropped out of college to do this, and honestly, it hasn't been paying out, but that's okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it.
Jesus.
Welcome to the world of Casacania, a land ruled by the greedy anti-magic power known as the Corrigent. Gathered here today, our heroes find themselves criminals in the eyes of the Corrigent, either due to their life of crime or a connection to magical power. Players, you find yourselves deep within the Vamra nest, surrounded on all sides by basilisks and the horrifying consumed Vamra. How will you survive? I don't know. Tovi, go ahead and load up that map and zoom us right in on
It's
the
already
action.
done.
In the meantime, Kamos, it is your turn. Then up next is Valandris, Gellin, Rune, Inari, and then Henry in perfect order with no one in between. Take it away, Captain.
All right. Wow. Amazing. So I do see, it looks like there's an enemy in my way. How is that enemy looking?
That enemy in your way, the consumed right in front of you, correct?
Yes, the consumed Vamra.
That consumed has taken a pretty hefty chunk earlier, is not doing super hot.
Let's see if we can get it out of the way. We are going to swipe out that beautiful rapier and cast some Arcblade magic. Kablamo.
Perfect. Correct me if I'm wrong.
How
Is Arcblade a ranged spell attack?
It is a melee ranged attack. However, I took the War Mage trick Flexible Range, which says being within 5 feet of a hostile creature doesn't impose disadvantage on ranged spell attack rolls. Additionally,
Perfect.
when you cast a War Mage cantrip that requires a melee spell attack, its range increases to 10 feet.
Okay. That's all I
Yeah.
was asking. I wanted to make sure you shouldn't be at disadvantage for anything.
Yes.
Go
No,
ahead.
no, we're
What
good.
was that roll?
He sounded so
S-
smug.
It comes with you put on a little thingamadoober, like a try. So a 23 hits. Yes?
Classic thingermadoober.
A
Absolutely. That hits.
thingamadooble. Okay, so a 23 hits. We are going to take let's see. So that's going to be the D8 for the rapier, and then additionally additionally 2d8 lightning damage. So that is 14, 19, 21, And then we're going to use the War Mage's Edge to add my intelligence modifier. So that is a 25 lightning damage.
Very,
Smacking
very
straight onto
nice
that.
first turn of the resumed combat from last week. Go ahead and let me know what does it's called Arcblade, correct?
Yes.
What does Arcblade look like as Kamos casts it from his rapier?
It is basically your classic augmented sword swipe with lightning flowing out of the blade. So a bit of a saber thrust and swing, and it causes this array of lightning to arc across and strike this creature all over its body.
Very
Um,
good.
is it
You will
dead?
see as the lightning arcs into the consumed's body, you see it kind of goes like yellow and black and white, and you can kind of see its endoskeleton peering in a weird way, kind of in that thing that cartoons do when they get electrocuted. It
Mhm.
zaps back and forth, gives everyone within 90 miles a seizure, and has to get canceled from HBO, and it dies.
Nice. Okay, then with bonus action, we will re-up Force Buckler to keep my AC up to 19. On the move, 1, 2, 3, and that'll be Kamos's turn.
Perfect. All right, ending your turn within range of the basilisk is a risky choice, but he's going for it. Next up after
Looks fine.
Kamos is going to be Valandras.
Alendros is gonna turn to the captain here and just ask, so, we kill or we run? And kind of like shoulder shrug.
I think this one we blow up as fast as possible.
All right. I will then move. I can just move through Roan freely, right? Because she's a friendly, so that's just
That's correct.
no problem. Okay, cool. So I'll move up directly in front of the basilisk and just whip him
Okay.
good. All right. An 18 to hit.
An 18 does hit.
Okay.
And I'll kind of let you, I think I've described it before, but how do you visualize this new whip that Valandress has picked up?
I don't remember what the description was. Um,
So it was kind of, if I remember correctly, it was a black whip with kind of gold embroidered into the leather,
mm,
like around the handle, or just whatever you would call the part of the whip that you hold on to. I want to call it a hilt, but I know that's wrong.
that sounds
Um,
good though.
it sounds all right. And the tip is kind of frayed into multiple ends, so it's almost like a miniature, like cat o' nine tails, but at the end of a whip.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that description a lot. And then I think when I grab it, just due to my fallen Asimar stuff, and when I go into like my the like the frightened state, I don't know what you actually call it. I like glow green. So like I feel like when I attack with it, the gold like shimmers like that same color, dark green,
Yeah,
when I
dope.
whip. Yeah.
Go ahead and check that damage. People are within 5 feet of the monster, so you definitely have a sneak attack for this.
Oh yes. I think that's it. 15.
15 points of, and that's slashing damage, I believe.
I believe that's what whip is, yeah.
All right, looks good to me. 15 points of damage, perfect. Very, very nice. Let me double check if I know how to do math. The answer is probably no. And we're going to put his health somewhere around there, and we'll just assume it's right. All right. Anything
Hey,
else on Valendress's turn?
Um, I will bonus action to hide, I guess.
I'm gonna say you're in direct line of sight of someone right now, and the way hide actually works is you have to be behind cover, so
So,
you can't be in line of sight of someone to hide.
okay, well then let me redo my thing and I'll move first. Well, no, I'll disengage then. How about that? So I'll go
Sure,
so 5 5 10 15 20 25 30 and hide back in here in this little corner with the
perfect.
disengage action.
Let me open up that spot real quick. There we go.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, you absolutely can get back there, no problem. All right, is that the end of Valandress's turn?
That is it.
Perfect. Next up is going to be Gellin, who you see actually is the first one here to start his turn within line of sight of the basilisk. So he's going to have to make an important saving throw against this basilisk. So this is a Constitution saving throw, and we already know it is to avoid being petrified. All right. Gellin rolled a natural 19 on the dice. That is a success. Gellin avoids the ill effects of the basilisk's gaze and is able to take his turn without any interruptions from there. He's going to go ahead, take his gun. He's going to take a step forward to shoot around Rune. And Gellin is going to use a mechanic that he just picked up from his recent multi-class into pirate. The pirate class is a fleshed out variant of the rogue swashbuckler, but turned into an entire class by myself. There are various other pirates out there on the internet, and they're all great, but I decided I wanted to make my own for this. So Galen's going to use something called a precision die, which he adds to his attack roll, which turns what would have been, what would have been a 13 into a 17 as I max rolled the precision die, which right now he has 2d4 that he can use for this effect. So that attack definitely hits. He's then going to use his last precision die to add 1d4 to the damage he deals here, which is going to be 1d10 plus 5 plus 1d4. Just doing that out loud so that everyone knows what I'm doing. Wow, and I'm truly cracked. That is 17 points of piercing damage. That's the max that I could have rolled there.
Well, dang.
Amazing.
And yeah, as his bonus action, Gellin is going to reach out to Henry, and cast his bonus action spell, Shield of Faith. So your AC is
Can you
increased
see
by
me right
2.
now, or do you need to move line the?
I would rule that this corner right here can see where
That's
you
fair.
are,
Yeah, sure.
just within the 5 feet. But if need be, I can say I move back here. That would also work.
Either way.
Yeah, either way works. So your AC is increased by 2 for while I'm concentrating on Shield of Faith for you.
Okay. Cool.
All right, next up is going to be Rune. Unfortunately, Rune's player is under the weather today and won't be joining us. So I was originally going to control Rune. Did anyone else want to jump in and just kind of take over? Obviously, no one else has the character sheet, so that would be difficult. But you can assume basic druid things, or I can just take over.
I would, but I've never played a druid.
Yeah, I haven't either. If there's one thing I know about Rune, though, is she loves that spider.
That's true.
It is true. The king spider
sounds
is a
about right.
classic.
It is a large creature, though, isn't it? Would they
Yeah,
be
it
able
won't,
to?
won't fit in
yeah.
here, unfortunately.
Great call. Great call.
It's okay. Got
Is
it.
there another equally what's it?
Busted.
Not big boy, but spirit. It's filled with the spirit of the spider that Rune could transform into.
We're gonna actually take a hard left away from that direction. I'm gonna
no.
ask a question really quick to the player in mind. Hey, Alan. How does Rune feel about being a velociraptor? I got a canonical fuck
Nice.
yes
Great.
from
That's
the
a
person sitting
great-
behind me.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Let me pull up the stats for this. All right, very cool. Velociraptors have pack tactics. That's amazing.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, that's super cool.
Perfect.
So Rune is going to take a step forward, and is going to go ahead and take a bite attack against the basilisk.
Real quick to be
Yeah, what's up?
awful. Did you make them roll the petrification?
No, I did not, because that's not how the ability works. I appreciate it, but I didn't mess up.
Wow. Okay.
Here's the truth of the matter. Unfortunately, while Gellin's dice are blessed, even though I roll them the same for runes, they're cursed when Rune rolls them. That was a natural 3 for a total of 8, which does not hit. Oh wait, advantage. I'm an idiot. You have pack tactics. All right, listen. I'm not going to say anything anymore because I immediately nat 20'd with advantage.
Huh.
Look, it's the most
Um,
common result for an advantage roll. It's fine.
Exactly.
Later basilisk.
So that's going to be,
Fucking wrecked.
and then I max rolled the crit damage. So that's 16 plus 3 for a total of 19 piercing damage with a bite attack. Incredible. You see this guy, oh wait, how much damage did I say?
19, right?
I said
You said 19.
19.
You said
That's
19.
what I heard.
Yeah, you said 19.
You all see as Rune, this water genasi, kind of shifts form into this feathered dinosaur. Gets down on with the two like large claw toes, like the large, almost like thumbs, but they're like large. I almost want to call them prehensile claws, but that's not what they are. Um, Digs deep into the ground, like kicks off the wall behind them, bites into the basilisk's neck, and rips its trachea right out, killing the basilisk in one attack.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
damn.
Doggone.
Fight together. Rune.
Thank you. It's my best.
Nice rune voice, yeah.
Thank you. That's my best rune voice. Thank you very much.
Are we still in combat?
You are still in combat. There's another basilisk back here that knows about you and has a route to get to you.
Okay. Would
There is still a shadow.
There is still an illusory wall over here that has some
Yeah.
amount of mass to it.
Yes.
Okay. Would I think that we might still be in danger?
You would know that the basilisk is still back there tracking you guys.
Okay. Cool.
So immediately for the time being, the next person in the turn order is going to be Inari.
Okay.
Rune is going to use some extra movement to hurry down this path.
Okay, cool. Let's see. All right, I think for now, Inari is just gonna take max movement to continue down the, what is the word? The tunnel.
Perfect. Yeah.
Hold on. That's 30. What was that?
I just saw something.
I know,
Uh-oh,
I'm like,
happened
oh,
again.
boy. Oh, hold on.
What's happening?
I'm going to be real with you. Didn't know it would do that.
Okay. So I'm at right up there with Rune. 30
Just,
feet.
Yeah,
just
perfect.
virtual DM things.
Okay, let me cut some
And then-
fog for you.
As a bonus action, I'm gonna drop resistance on Rune, and as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Spirit Shroud.
Perfect. Yeah, no problem.
Fantastic.
Okay,
And that's my turn.
perfect. Next up is going to be Henry.
Okay, cool. Henry is going to take 30 feet of movement in the direction that Nari went, which is going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's going to end him up in that corner, and his familiar is a mock. What's the word for it? Oh my god, why can't I think of that? The Dark Souls
Describe
thing.
it.
What? A mimic?
A mimic, yeah, it's like a little mimic.
There we
I'm gonna have it it goes like right after him, but I'm also just gonna have it follow like right behind him. It's 5 feet behind him, and he's just going to hold an Eldritch Orb cantrip, which is a witch cantrip. It's kind of similar to the Eldritch Blast, and the
Perfect,
mock
yeah.
will also hold a melee action, but probably won't come
yeah,
up.
you can do that.
Gotcha, no problem. Okay. Next up, you guys hear some clattering from behind you as the basilisk gets even closer. No one sees it come out through the other side of the tunnel, though. You think it used most of its movement to kind of clamber through what sounded like a very thin part of the tunnel, and it's not a very small beast, so it kind of had to squeeze through, and you heard a lot of grunting from it.
Who cast that first wall, illusory wall?
That was Kamos.
That was Kamos.
Kamos, you wouldn't happen to have another illusory wall, would you?
Easy peasy. Just everyone get past this point here, and easy bottleneck.
Sounds good.
Perfect. All right. Things have taken their turn in the background. Kamos, you're back up.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move up here and then hold an action for if anything comes here. I'll shoot it with me fingers. Actually,
Okay.
wait. You know what? No, because that's an action. I will hold my action for when Gellin gets past this thingamadoober, this
Okay.
choke point, and then cast illusory the minor illusion, but the shadow minor illusion variant, thanks to
Absolutely.
my
Very
war
cool.
mage tricks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Next up is going to be Valendrus. You're back up.
Hang on, I tried to freaking unmute and I was already unmuted. I hate it. Okay, I will take my 30, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Do I get any more light upon the situation?
Let's see what I can do for you. We're gonna do like this. That's not what I meant.
Oh boy, oh
Damn.
boy.
What? Did I?
I hope we were paying attention.
I saw the
was
flash.
not.
Is there fun stuff coming up?
We'll find out shortly enough.
There you go. That's what you see. I pressed the wrong button.
Okay.
Mhm.
Turn to Kamos and say, you know, I'm gonna go scout ahead.
Sure.
And then I take the I guess just action to dash.
Sure.
So 5, 10, 15, 20. What do I see?
You can get there with 15 movement if you would like.
Yeah, perfect.
And you see the following. 1 second.
Oh boy.
Another consumed down the hallway. Oh, I left a sliver. 1 second. My bad. There we go. That should be. Oh, it didn't like it. Oh no, I've done a bad job.
Fine, we'll
It
just
doesn't want to get
suffer.
rid of that.
It's alright, we can pretend it's not there.
Yeah, it's just not there.
I
You
don't
can
I don't know what
see-
you're talking about, Johnny. I can't see anything.
I see it, Johnny, and I hate it.
I
You
got
can
it.
see,
Okay,
you
alright,
can
we're
see
good,
down the
Got it.
hall
we're
and
good, we're
off
good.
to the corner at an impossible angle. Eldritch
Exactly.
horrors lurk in the background.
And also a man with a gun. Yeah, you see this one consumed.
20, 25, 30. I shout back, it's only one, I got it. And can I retcon that was my bonus action? Because I don't know why I would take the action to dash. That just seems foolish.
I'm gonna say yes, but
Thank
for the
you.
rest of the combat, be more careful.
Yes. So we'll go 20, 25, 30. Or we'll go here.
Okay.
And whip them.
Perfect.
We'll whip.
Okay.
Okay. No one. That is a natural 20.
Hey, go
Very
ahead and
nice.
deal that double
Nice.
dice damage.
All right.
That
Love to
for
see it.
sure does it.
2d4. And I get sneak attack on crits, or is that only if I have advantage?
Only if you have advantage
okay,
or if
cool.
someone is within 5 feet of them.
Cool. 10 damage.
10 damage, you got it.
And that will be my turn.
Okay. Gellin is up next. Seeing the plan from everyone else and kind of overhearing what Kamas is going to do, Gellin uses his main action to dash, is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 60, and end up back here, kind of squeezing through
Nice.
everyone. I think I overdid my math. It's fine. I was kind of quickly counting. But yeah, he makes it back there. Kamos, you have a triggered reaction.
We do it. We cast the illusion. Recast the minor shadow illusion.
Perfect. I'm going to draw
right
a
here.
little wall
You can-
there
You can
in
fill up
just
to 8. Nice.
unseeable color. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine. It's the shadows.
little goo wall.
Little goo wall. Here we go. That should be better. It's not.
No.
Very cool. All right. Anyways,
It's enough to remember it's there.
exactly. Anything else from you, Kamas? Oh no, that was your triggered action, so you can't do anything
Triggered
else.
action, yeah.
All right. Rune is going to be up next. Still a Velociraptor. Let me just double check. Velociraptors are fast as fuck. Holy shit.
50?
10, 15. Yep. 50 feet of movement. 5, 10, 20, 30,
And we
35,
thought the
40,
spider
45,
was broken.
50. And hello, Valandrus. Here's a Velociraptor. That's
Oh
how
my
far
God.
Rune can get without using the dash action.
Jesus
I want
Christ.
that on a shirt. Here's a Velociraptor.
Pack Tactics is enabled thanks to Valandrus being within 5 feet of the consumed. This is going to be another roll with advantage.
Holy shit,
Nice.
you're right.
That's a 19 on the die. Second roll is an 8 on the die. We'll keep the 19. It's going to hit. That's going to be 9 points of piercing damage to the consumed. It doesn't quite drop with that, but it is not doing well. Unfortunately, Velociraptors do not have multi-attack, so that is going to be Rune's whole turn. And Nari, you were up next.
That's me. Okay, so I guess we're gonna move. First off, hold on. See, 10, 15, 20, 30. Okay, so 30 gets me in range. And it's not within 10 feet, that's fine. Give me just a second, where is it? Okay, I am going to cast Guiding Bolt on the consumed. So let me.
Not bad.
That
Guiding
is,
Bolt.
that's a 14 to hit.
A 14 actually hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Fantastic. So that's 46. That is going to be 7.
It's okay. 7 damage. What does that guiding bolt look like?
It's just, you see Inari like hold her trident up and then point it at the consumed, and like a blast of lightning just goes out of it right at the consumed.
That blast of lightning shoots out right into its skull, bears a little searing mark there, and fries the innards. That consumed drops dead on the spot.
Nice.
Gets him right out of there. Anything else from Inari?
I think that is everything. Well, how is Inari's gonna look around and go, how's everyone doing? Is everybody all right?
I'm doing okay.
Thumbs up
hanging
from
in there.
Valandros.
All right. If nobody's looking like they're on death's, door, then Inari is gonna just kind of. That's her turn.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, no problem.
Am I able to hold a bonus? Actually, am I able to hold now? Because if nobody's, we won't need it. Never mind.
I believe I think the way it works is you have to hold your action, and then you spend your reaction later in the round to use it.
Yes, which Guiding Bolt is an action, so I don't have anything to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to hold.
I could be
healing,
wrong
that's
on that. You might be able to do it with bonus actions, but for now, just for the sake of speed, we're going to move on like that's the case.
No worries.
Next up is going to be Henry.
Okay. Henry is just going to dash up here as well. Just catch up with the group. So that's going to be 60 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 60. So I'm all the way up to this corner, and his mock, it's this little coin spider looking thing.
Give me half a second before you finish your turn. I need to remove that fog for you.
Oh, sure.
That reveals there was another consumed right around the corner that other people couldn't see. So you would have seen it. You would have seen it when you got here. Does that change your movement?
Yeah, I would have ended my movement here. My mock go right here.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep, that is the end of my turn, unfortunately. Actually, as a bonus action, I will command it to attack. So if
it had to dash.
Oh,
to
it had
catch
to
up
dash.
with you,
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
No,
No,
that's okay. So you used your bonus action to command it to dash. You do have your Shield of Faith up, so your AC should be 15 right now.
As my bonus action instead, I will do nothing because I'm not within 5 feet of it. Actually, I'll go here I'll
Well,
end
no,
my turn.
correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Your mock will only take the dodge action on its turn unless you command it with a bonus action to do something else. So you had to use your bonus action to command it to
Oh,
dash.
you're correct. No, I had to. It's only to attack. Uh, is what it says. I have to use a bonus action to command it to attack. Otherwise, I think
Okay,
it's really just up to your discretion if it follows me or not.
that's fine. All right, we'll go with that then.
Okay, cool. I'll end my turn there, and then I'll just use the shriek um, hex, which is like basically a bonus action cantrip kind of thing that witches have. It means that each creature larger or smaller within 5 feet of me, and sorry, Rune, um, is pushed 5 feet away from me, just kind of like forcing it back down this tunnel.
Okay, no strength save or
No
anything.
strength save or anything.
Okay, Rune will go back here. The consumed will go back here.
That's it.
Perfect. Yeah, not a bad use of that. Unfortunately, up next immediately is not the consumed, it's the basilisk from back here. We'll see if it learns anything. So it's going to come out of this tunnel with its first 5 feet of movement. It was right on the edge, and then it's going to go 10, 20, 30, excuse me, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40. Gets to there, is going to dash to try and keep catching up with you guys, but that means it can't use its action to investigate this stone wall. So is actually going to keep dashing down the tunnel because it isn't able to investigate the area. So right now it's just running in a circle. You guys hear it pass the stone wall or the shadow wall.
Sick.
Right
Stupid
after that,
basilisk.
stupid basilisk. Right after that, the consumed is going to come up to Henry
Hmm?
and is going to take an attack. Henry,
Yeah.
this would have hit you if not for Gellen's Shield of Faith. You see it plinks off of like a almost like gust of wind that surrounds you for a moment as it goes to bite into you with its mandibles, and it's pushed to the side and completely whiffs you.
Cool.
With
Nice.
that in mind, Kamos, you're up next.
Yay, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ah,
There he is.
actually, yeah, I can't do that without leaving the threatened zone, so we'll just go there. All right, that's a turn.
Okay,
Nice.
you got a force buckler too.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Val, you're up.
Hey, see.
Val will saunter. I guess beginning of turn, we'll do a little masochism and take our dagger out and slice the hand, coat the whip. So we'll go ahead and roll that d10.
Ready for a max roll, I believe.
It's a 3. Okay,
Okay.
so why don't you relax? Don't hurt
No,
me more than I hurt myself.
I want you to do better. That's all.
Fair enough. 5, 10. We will whip the consumed,
Okay.
hopefully. Oh, that's without a plus, so that plus 8.
+8 makes it hit.
Cool. So we will 1, 4, 86 plus 1d10 plus 5. 24.
24 points of damage is how much damage the consumed start with. So go ahead and describe to me how you destroy this consumed with the whip attack.
I think the what'd you call them? Like the end of the whips? What are those things called?
It's frayed, so it's almost like a cat of nine tails.
Cat of nine tails. That's what it was. Okay. Um, I think that they kind of just like shred whatever skin there is around his neck, and maybe in half, almost.
Yeah. Um, these guys have very thin necks. I'd say you almost like lash at it once and it frays the skin there, and then you whip you whip it around and kind of latch onto its whole neck, like kind of looping around, pull it down, and then the neck just kind of flips back as you crack the endoskeleton.
Yeah.
And it is dead. We're gonna do something out of the turn order because next up would be Gallon. Sorry, I don't want to skip anything on your turn, so go ahead and finish up your turn first.
Yeah, I just will be moving would be all. So 10, 15,
And I can cut some of this for you. Let's see, how much can I reveal? Okay, no, I'd have to do it like this. That's okay. 1 second. This would give you that view. Okay, there you go.
All right. 20, 25, 30.
Perfect.
And that is it for my turn.
Okay. After that, I'm going to cut in the turn order just to see if we need to do turn order anymore. The basilisk is going to make 2 checks. He's going to make a perception check to realize if it's running in circles. If it fails this check, then we're done. It did do very well, so it is actually going to turn around. It's now going to use its action to investigate the area. And this needs to beat Kamos's spell save DC, which
Is that what you
is
want? Okay.
yeah,
I believe
that's how illusions work. Is you roll against the spell
15.
save DC.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
So, looking for a. I'll tell you, he has a negative to this.
Oh dear.
All right.
Rolled a 15 on the die -2. He does not notice that it is an illusion. He carries on his wayward son and
Hey.
is gone.
Very nice.
You guys are out of combat. Well done. That was a very dicey situation, but you did manage to survive.
Nice.
I don't know what you're talking about. That basilisk was easy. I was hoping. I was ready for the next one. There's another one
Word,
down here, right? Right?
word. Bop.
Oh no.
Ah,
no.
it's a big basilisk. No.
Mama Basilisk. All right, you guys are out of the turn order. We are still exploring this cave. I'm going to ask you guys to kind of move as a group and make
Okay.
decisions as a group, just for the sake of convenience.
Okay.
So,
Kama's gonna be foist with that
Sounds good.
force buckler.
before we move too far, can Henry double back to this little pool and just like kind of peer in there if there's anything cool?
Yeah, for sure. Give me a investigation check.
Okay.
Oh,
Gonna be a 21.
Okay, on a 21, do you have any form of dark vision or any form of light of your own?
Human. Well, I have a cantrip. I have prestidigitation with 5 feet of light.
If you get within 5 feet of it, I would say yes, you can use that to see in, so that's fine.
Okay.
The water itself is very murky. You kind of get the sense that it's not very deep though, from what you can tell. It seems like this is just like a recess in the cave that like natural water kind of trickles into. Um, but you do think in the water it might be like maybe 3 feet deep total. Um, and on an investigation, you kind of shine your prestidigitation light over it, and you see a glint of something at the bottom of the pond.
Uh, wait up, everyone. I think I see something in the pool. As long as the basilisk isn't following us anymore, I think I'd like to check it out.
And
Hang
Nari's
on.
gonna perk up since he's talking about water and just kind of follow him into this area.
Yeah.
Just be back there
Right.
behind him in case he needs somebody who
Sure. And Nari, actually, if you don't mind, give me a religion check really quick.
okay, hold on. Ooh, that's gonna be a 17.
On a 17, as you get close to the water, you kind of realize something as you get close to it. As a worshiper of kind of the ocean itself, this
Mhm.
is seawater that's moved into this cave somehow.
Okay.
You're like near the center of the island, so it's a little odd, but this is truly salt water. And you think you could kind of clear up the water by spending a little bit of magic on it.
Okay. Hmm, let's see. Um, would that be something like possibly healing word on the wall?
I would say, yeah, you think maybe just using a magic, like using some magic would clear it up. So I would
Okay.
say you kind of realize, oh, I could mechanically spend a first level spell slot, and that would
Okay.
let me clean up any water I come in contact with in the
So-
next like hour or so.
What Inari is going to do is she's going to take her necklace off and she's going to walk right up to the edge of the pool and dip that stone, that ocean stone that she has, into the water. And expend the magic. You see the stone glow, and then she'll pull it back out of the water when the water is clear.
Absolutely. You guys watch in amazement as Inari performs this minor miracle and clears up this murky pond into a shining crystal clear water. And you see at the bottom, there is a collection of coins.
Oh boy.
Go ahead and someone, not everyone, roll me 1d100.
Go for it, Inari.
Okay, hold
You
on.
deserve this.
Oh. A D100?
That's correct.
Okay, I'm gonna. Where's the player chat? I am in the player chat.
So you want to do this in dice rolls.
Yeah. This is gonna. Sorry.
You're fine.
Yes. Okay. And it's /R D100, right?
It would be 1d100, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
94.
4.
All right. So here's how this works. You reach in and you find, among the coins, you find 94 silver pieces, which is not a whole lot of money. Each silver piece is a tenth of a gold piece. But what you do find is you find a shining gem. It appears to be some kind of sapphire, and you're not sure exactly what it's worth, but it is crystal clear sapphire once you get like the mud off of it, and it is just shining and bright and very beautiful.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of pass the silver over to Henry, and I'll take that sapphire.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
okay. I guess I'll put this somewhere. Dirty. All right.
You need someone to hold that on to you, for you, my friend.
Wouldn't mind that. That would be nice, actually.
Inari is gonna cast the mending cantrip to kind of clean that money up. I don't know if that's
Cool.
how it works, but
I mean, prestidigitation would do it too. Henry has full access to this.
Oh,
But yeah, we'll
does
say
that clean stuff?
yeah, prestidigitation can fully clean something off.
Oh, nice.
Mending actually has no function for that.
Okay,
but
well,
I'll do
I'm
that
gonna
then.
allow it. Yeah, between the two of you, you magic the muck off of the gem, or off of the gem and the coins. Yeah, you get a little bit of.
In a world where, magic is like frowned upon, you couldn't just like grab cloth.
No,
I
of
mean,
course
hey,
not.
we're all friends here.
Real-
no one here
real
to watch
quick,
us.
So, like, can mending take care of rust on a coin? Can it like pull back in the
Whoa, that is
oxygen so that? Oh
not
my,
what I was
Nice.
that's an Inari.
doing. I have
Inari.
no idea how I did that.
I will fix it for you.
Her
Thank
heart grew
you. I was
12
just
sizes
trying
that
to
day.
move.
Someone's increasing Inari's size. Stop doing that. I can move you over here if you want. There you go.
Okay, yes, please just move me.
I'm gonna get
Whatever.
everyone into a nice fancy line, and I'll move the whole group together.
No lightning bolts or whatever, please.
Bop. Okay, let me clear up some of this fog for you guys.
Wow.
So that should work. Just doing it like this. So we're gonna
Anyways,
do that.
I think there's nothing that is going to bother us, really, judging how easily it was to take down those basilisks. Man, imagine they made us cover our eyes for those silly little beasts.
I mean, would you want to fight them if you had the choice?
No.
Someone's really just circling like crazy. What do you want from me?
I don't know. Let's do it
Don't
more.
worry about it. I'm sorry.
Very
So,
good.
just real quick, we actually didn't do a regular thing, which is we didn't recap what happened last time.
That is true. I
so-
wanted to jump right back into the action intentionally, but I did forget to pause for a recap afterwards. Would you mind, since you brought it up?
Yeah, sure. So I remember a good bit of it. We had introduced ourselves to Inari at the beginning of the last episode, and she made it onto the Gelvin Key. And in trying to avoid the in order to avoid the soldiers that the mayor had sent after us and the Vamra, Inari happened to stumble into Petal. Cutting back and forth between us and that experience with Petal, where we were trying to figure out where the heck to go. Inari gets Petal back to the ship so that she could end up being sacrificed accidentally by Kamos.
Oh, darn it,
Then
it's my fault.
getting transported. Yes, if you hadn't done that, then Galen would still be Ash, and we'd all be happy.
Yikes.
I love you,
Here
dear.
to
That's
make your
fine.
life more difficult.
Anyways, so Inari got pulled into the magic realm with the ship and with Petal. As when the wish was made, some sort of magic invisible beast started attacking the ship, and then was shown the way out by the Vamra Queen. In the very last act of I care about living things, get the heck out of here from this evil realm. And then while the rest of the crew was trying to plan, and Ari stumbles into revealing, oh yes, Petal is dead, in which Combos had not shared that information yet. We had the whole little back and forth.
You're
Fine,
missing
everyone
the
was
part
upset.
where you got us attacked by weird slugs.
Oh yeah, I
Because you wanted to
fully
go
intend to go back.
exploring.
We should go exploring. What, it's fine. Anyways, I fully intend to go back and get us attacked by more slugs. It'll be fine. Yeah, it's good. And then basically we argued a bit about what to do next. We wanted to get a ship. We settled upon pulling a assassination strike on the mayor because that dude sucks. And to achieve that and make sure that we have a suitable pick for to fill the power vacuum from this, obviously power from this island that would be very vulnerable to such a power vacuum, I feel. We decided to go raise some dead people in the graveyards to see if we could get any dirt on the mayor, find his enemies, etc. I believe
sir.
that's all of it.
Then you all stepped into this tunnel to leave the Vamra cave.
Oh yeah, and got attacked.
And were attacked by basilisks and what were called consumed Vamra.
Yes. They split their heads open and did the scary Hollow Knight deep nest thing.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like, oh, you look like little buggies.
They went full Mosk on you.
Yes.
Yeah. But right in front of you, you have two paths. A left that leads to kind of a higher elevation down here, or a right that leads to a lower elevation, another one of those pools over here. It is again murky, but Inari, you know your magic is still active. You could go clear it up, no problem.
Let's go check out that pool.
Oh, okay. Inari is gonna come forward and kind of do the same thing. Just put that necklace in the water, say a quick prayer, pull it back out.
Perfect. You see the water clears up just fine. You see this water actually has a bit of movement to it. Let me actually clean up this part for you. I'm just going to reveal the rest of the pool.
Mm-hmm.
You see the water is actually coming from over here. You can actually see on the map a little bit of a trickle. And it is flowing over to the left where it appears to get deeper and sink further into kind of a tunnel back here. But once you have fully cleared it, you can actually see there's a little bit of like life in this water. Almost like some kind of what you would describe best as like tadpoles of some kind are making their way, kind of dropping in from over here and then slowly drifting until they're sucked up by the tunnel and taken away.
Fun.
Alrighty.
That suggests to me that particular that's like connected to the sea outside somehow.
Yeah. Sense to me.
Somehow.
Well,
Eh.
wait, frogs aren't saltwater creatures.
This is a fantasy show, my
No,
guy.
it's true, but like, you know.
God. You've never met
We we
a more
don't know
aggressive
that they're
tadpole.
frogs. We don't know that they're frogs. They could be some other type of small creature that looks like a tadpole and is not when it is grown up.
Maybe they're baby slacks or slags or whatever that monster is.
Let's see, would Inari kind of looking at that, would she have any idea of whether or not this is something that's tidal and maybe floods these tunnels?
An interesting suggestion indeed. Inari does kind of get that sense. You think when the tide comes in, these tunnels go underwater.
Okay, okay. I'm going to turn to Kamos and go, we don't want to be here when the tide comes in.
Yes. Well, that seems wise. I think we have time, so
Yeah.
certainly the Vamos would not be without safe spots. I don't think the entire tunnels will flood, but yes. I don't see why
Do
we
you
need to
know,
expose too much.
and do you know where the safe spots are? In these tunnels that you've been exploring uh, thoroughly, apparently.
We have, at the very least, that main chamber hall. I certainly imagine that would be safe.
You
Basilisk. All right, all right.
Yeah,
I see.
you would recollect that there was a major like de-elevation coming down this path over on the right. So
Mhm.
you think if the water rises, it probably fills this room and then doesn't get high enough maybe to make it into that Vamra chamber.
Mhm. Anyways, we move forward. Doesn't look like there's nothing terribly interesting in the else interesting in that water, right?
It would not appear so.
Ready.
Cast real quick. I cast Mage Hand and see if running my hand through the water can hits anything interesting.
It just scoops up a few of the tadpoles.
Okay, cool.
Do you wanna keep them, or what do you wanna do with them?
I don't think I have anything that
Put
can
them
hold
back.
water. But Ma, I want a cool tadpole pet.
Yeah, you see they start to
Another
like
glares at
wriggle
him.
out and jump out of the mage hand and start to dump back into the water a little bit. You could scoop
Yeah,
up more if you really wanted, but they have a mind
I
of
don't have
their own
anywhere
and
to
they're
hold
gonna
them,
leave.
so let's
Yeah.
go.
All right, you guys head down into this next area, and you see a handful of large, what appear to be some kind of fungus. You did actually see these when you passed through the first time. You weren't
Mhm,
blindfolded until roughly here. You can recollect
ah,
seeing this like root format or formation
mhm.
before, but that's roughly where you got blindfolded the last time. But yeah, you see these large fungal growths in the side of the tunnel.
If I know anything about mushrooms, I think maybe it would be best to stay away from them. They're usually
Oh,
delicious at best and at worst deadly and poisonous.
mhm.
Yeah.
It's
Uh,
really good for getting high, though.
Which we're not trying to do right now, I believe, but perhaps later.
Well, if they're truly poisonous, would it be a good idea to grab some just to have?
That'd not be a bad idea to know.
If you
I'll
do,
Oh,
test it.
I would cover your mouth before grabbing any, just in case it spawns.
Yeah, that makes sense. Who wants to go for it? If no one else will, I will.
Yeah, yeah, you got it. You got
Yeah.
it, Galen.
Sure thing. Galen walks over, covers his mouth
Go
as
for it.
instructed, reaches down to just like cut off a few of the small ones. He's going to make a nature check. And then he's going to make a constitution saving throw, as when he touches one, it explodes into a mild group of spores.
Nice.
Nope.
Neat.
Shouldn't he do that as advantage since he's been he was covering his mouth?
Uh, we'll say yes at advantage. I need to double check something really quick.
How dead is Galen?
No,
again.
I'm trying to remember. Okay. Uh, Gellin coughs up spores as some got in through his nose, which he didn't think to cover, and immediately like waves at everyone to get back. Coughs up a little bit, and you see just kind of crouches over, bends to one knee, keeps coughing, and then stands up and goes, "Oh, okay. Yeah. Wouldn't recommend that for anyone else. It was probably a good idea that I did that.
Okay.
I
Okay.
I have no, I'm okay. I'm okay. I have a very hardy constitution.
I,
Um,
I don't. I trust that you do. However, some things are more dangerous than a hardy constitution. So I need you to come here and just open your mouth, and I'm going to cast a little bit of a quick blessing spell on you just to get rid of any ill side effects.
you absolutely can do that. I'm just gonna be flat with you. Gellin is fine because as a paladin, he is immune to
Oh,
diseases.
okay.
That's what I was trying to play out there.
Okay. Well, then I won't.
But Gellin continues coughing for a few seconds and just kind of like stands in the way of anyone else and going to the mushrooms and says, "These are these are no good. You guys keep going."
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Right. And you
Yeah.
want?
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
move. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. I'm just gonna get in front of you, Henry.
Go for it. Do I still
I am
have
going to.
Shield of Faith on me, or did that wear off?
We'll say that wore off by
Okay.
now. I'm going to
Oh,
go
I thought we
ahead
lost
just for
Spirit Shroud by now.
convenience sake. I'm going to reveal everything else
Okay.
Okay.
as we kind of enter this main room and we see a couple of different directions we can go in.
Oh yeah. Let's definitely look at these things.
Did
These
we
Yeah.
look
miss
fun.
the way out?
I think the way out's
No,
the opening area.
that's
Okay.
out clearly. Okay, it's fine.
He says maybe being the one who made the map.
You
You
assume I
made a
made it and
very
didn't
readable
steal it.
map, Johnny. What do you want?
Listen. Okay. Everyone heads over to these crystals. You recognize it,
Look,
although these are
shiny.
actively glowing, you do recognize the same type of stone that the mayor showed off at the party.
Is there any that are loose or on the ground that are not just in there?
What do I?
That's a good question. I'm gonna roll for it because okay, I would say no. These appear to be a natural growth, like a crystallization of some kind that grows out of the walls and the ground. So these are all in there, pretty sturdily. You think they are like letting off a light blue, like radiance around them. Uh, they're almost like cold to be around.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, you're not sure. What do you want to do?
Touch one.
Okay. You reach out and touch one. It's very cold to the touch. As you touch it, it kind of like I want to say it. You can kind of get a sense at how brittle it is without actually
Mhm.
accidentally breaking one. But you just kind of touch it and notice that it starts to
Was it?
bend as if it was about to snap in your hand.
Oh,
Interesting.
Uh,
If I
it's up to
try and pulse like some magical energy into it, do I get a feeling or anything back from it? What happens?
What would you like to pulse into it?
I think the most logical thing is I've got the cantrip Lightning Surge. Is the most energy output I think that Kamos has. So we'll do just
Okay.
a little bit of magical electric energy.
Sure. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
As you do this, you reach your hand out to one of the crystals and just trying to hold back as best as you can. What was that roll?
21.
On a 21, you restrain this magic to truly just start as a spark that emanates between your two extended fingers that grab onto the stone itself. It sparks for a second, and you see what was a blue kind of glow slowly starts to turn into a warm green, into a pale yellow, and it replaced by a bright yellow as you increase the voltage.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Interesting. What happens to the physical properties of the thing? Does it like start to? Because you said it was still kind of bendy. Does it become less brittle? Does it become more brittle? Is there vibrations
You
going on?
you think it's roughly the same, but when you touch it, it's getting warmer.
Hmm. Interesting.
In the
Very.
meantime, I do want to ask, what is everyone else wanting to do in this cave?
Hmm. Um, Henry's gonna go up to one of the closer crystals while you're kind of like magically testing them, and then I'm just gonna take out my dagger and try to like pry one out of the wall.
Sure. Go ahead and um, you just want to get one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a dexterity check. I don't think this is acrobatics, but I do think it's like a dexterous thing you're trying to do that requires some finesse. So
12.
just roll a 12 total.
Yeah.
Okay. You successfully secure one of the crystals out. As you pull it out of the wall, the blue light starts to fade slowly, and you see it's kind of turning into the color of the like almost like the slate light color that it was when you saw it in the mayor's mansion.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay. I'll just stick it in my pack.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah,
Uh,
that makes sense.
Validros, I'll just explore the exit here.
Yeah, sure. You see it leads out into kind of a larger cave like entrance for a little bit, where the entrance is kind of covered up by a lot of vines so that it's hard to detect from the outside, and it's built like into the side of the mountain. Um, and there's a tree kind of growing up halfway through the entrance that's kind of curved over a little bit. But you do recognize this spot. This is where you entered into the Vomra nest.
We're just gonna chill here then.
Perfect. All right,
Nice.
Carlos, what are you up to?
Okay. So, in the effort of not wasting too much time, we're going to charge that up a little bit and then try snapping it. What happens?
You want to snap, like, do you want to try and retrieve it like Henry did, or you want to actually damage the crystal?
I thought you said they were on there pretty good. Yeah, let's retrieve it if I can do that.
Yeah, Henry managed to dig one out with his dagger just now.
Okay, I thought you would have to break it off. Yeah, let's.
I'll kind of describe more in detail. He reached in and kind of dug around the excess, or
Mhm,
around the point where it was stuck into the wall, and as he did that, it began to come loose. So
I
it
see.
seems like it was just kind of rooted into the ground, but if you dig around it, you can kind of find the point where it's no longer growing, and you can dig it out
Interesting.
like that.
Sure, sure. That's how crystals
Okay.
work.
Hey, it's how my crystals work, so don't ask me for
Mm,
shit.
all right.
Um, yeah. Are you and you're continuing to apply electricity to it?
Sure, just a little bit.
Okay. As you do, you give me again.
Curious.
Just give me a dexterity check.
Okay. Oof. That's a 12. No, that's a 10 for me.
On a
Yikes.
10, here's what I'll say. You get to the point where you realize this one is more deeply rooted. I
Hmm.
could break the stem effectively of where it's connected into the ground and retrieve most of the crystal, but it would involve breaking the crystal. You don't think you can get this one out by normal means.
Hmm. Did the crystals the Vamra had at the mayor's house look broken?
No.
Fuck. Hmm. Hey, Henry, you might want to take a step back. and giving Henry a moment or two to decide on whether he gets out of there or not.
I will. Yeah, might as well.
Hmm.
Kind of back up behind this barrier.
Yeah, we snap it.
All right, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw as you're fully grabbing it while it's being charged with electricity.
Yeah.
Ooh boy.
That's a 10 on the dice, which is a that's a artificer thing, isn't it? Is this a magical effect that would deal damage?
It is.
Perfect. Okay. So that's then 14, then plus my intelligence modifier, that's an 18.
Okay, on an 18, you are well grounded enough to resist as coursing electricity that you charged the crystal with runs through your body, shoots into the ground, and dispels.
Nice.
But you do snap off the crystal, it returns to kind of the faded gray that
Mhm.
Henry's was like.
Nice. Okay. I want to investigate the holes. Both the hole that I just made and then the hole that Henry made. Is there like any glowing in either of them?
I'm
Because there's
gonna
one that
say
had the
I'm
okay.
gonna say the one that Henry dug out, there is not. The one that you dug out, there is a subtle glowing, but it is starting to fade.
Okay.
Because
So the
Henry got
leftovers.
the whole of his crystal.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was curious if like there was an obvious thing that maybe it was connected to why it was glowing. I'm just very curious.
I understand.
Yes. Okay.
Gellen's gonna hop over and ask if you need any help with anything.
No, I think I have figured out everything that I'm interested in, and two is good enough for now. I think that's fine.
Okay.
You know what? No.
Are you sure about that, Captain? Do you want me to try and grab one?
Yeah, maybe let's get one more sample. Just don't charge it
Sure.
with magic.
Okay, I can do that.
Don't die.
Gellen rolled a total of 23 on a dexterity check, retrieves another full crystal from the wall.
Amazing.
Okay. After that, what does everyone want to do?
The exit's over this way.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Val.
All right. Well, I say we head out then. No reason to stay in the cave and get flooded.
Agreed.
All right.
And Nari, as you headed over to that pool and clear it up, you see as you cleared it, it seems to have kind of receded just a little bit,
Okay.
almost as if it's just like ducking back down slightly.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Didn't even realize I was standing next to water.
You're good. I assumed that's what you went over there for, but
No,
I wasn't
it
gonna
was not.
like.
I couldn't. From my view, I couldn't even see the water.
Oh, I really thought
Okay,
it was.
And I could. I couldn't.
that's fine. That's fine. All right.
Was
Yeah,
there anything
you guys are
interesting in that
free.
water?
No, like I said, it's pretty empty. Once Inari clears it up, it just kind of looks like it starts to recede. Okay.
Right.
You guys are free to exit the cave. From there, go ahead and send us back to the Galvin key map if you don't mind. We are
Indeed.
out of combat, successfully done. Great job, everyone.
Good job. all around.
Huzzah!
We
Huzzah
did it.
indeed.
You know, it's about an hour's travel back to the campsite you stayed at last night, and about another 2 hours travel to get back to Galewin. It is still the same day that you got here to the Vomra nest, and it's late in the afternoon. It's like maybe 6 p.m. now.
Okay.
I think perhaps we should rest at the as a campsite and then try and infiltrate the town at the evening. How does that sound?
You know I'm up for good infiltration.
That sounds good to me.
There's nothing better than a seance at the dark in a graveyard, yes?
Yeah, I do have a question. What are the specifics of this seance? Like, how are we doing this?
Well, I believe I need a few of you to gather around. You find someone that seems, from the headstone, like they might have been close, the mayor, and then we perform the seance. If they work, there's a slight chance of failing, and we talk to them. Spirits I've talked to in the past be a little vague, but yeah, there's some. You never know. Worth trying.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Um, okay, yeah, I guess it wouldn't hurt. Off to the campsite then, I guess. Inari,
Mhm.
are
Yeah.
you fine to continue on with us for now?
Well, I think I want to see this to the end. It seems like there's something going on in this town. So, my curiosity's been piqued. I'm in.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, very well.
Yeah.
Glad to have you on board.
It's a pleasure.
And you guys exit the cave, no problem. About an hour of time passes, just kind of heading through kind of deep forest, kind of a mountainous path. The night makes it a little bit more treacherous and more difficult just to maneuver, but you have torches, you have way of lighting up the area. It's not too bad. And you make it back to the familiar clearing with the pond full of vicious sea fish or water creatures, some kind of monster in there. I don't know what they were. Toby didn't tell me. Um,
Bladefish.
Bladefish, filled with a handful of bladefish that we have already looted a treasure
Nice.
chest out of.
Nice. Did they restock it or
Yeah, they
Yeah,
put
let's
one. They
let
put
me
some
let me
back
roll.
there.
Let me roll on a nat 20. They restocked. That's
Do we need
that's no
to-
joke. That's a natural one.
Oh, okay.
That's
So
so
like
funny.
now we go into the area and then back out of the area and see
Yeah,
does it
we
does it
we
work again?
reset. We save our file. Quit out.
Yeah.
You have to hear that sound about a dozen times.
Exactly. Yeah.
And somehow there's a door being opened and closed in the middle of the woods.
Perfect. Anyways,
Oh
you all
dear.
successfully make it to camp.
Nice.
All
Nice.
right.
Well done.
All right.
Rest.
Rest. Rest.
Yeah,
Ooh, good for a rest.
I think so.
Local gamers hate role playing. All they want to do is long rest.
Oh,
Are we doing a long rest or are we doing a short rest?
I would say long.
What
Long?
time of day is it right now?
It took you about an hour, so it's about 7 p.m.
Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right, because I only need 4 hours.
Well, some of us
Hmm.
are not as lucky.
Yeah,
as
some of us are just
that.
humans, so
I'm just
True.
saying.
I mean, do we need spell slots?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I don't, but
Let's go
I
for
mean,
a long rest.
if you're going to hold a séance, I think middle of the night is the proper time to do it.
It's
So-
darkest before the dawn. That sounds like the best time.
Perfect. So with this plan, you would wake up and be done with your long rest about 5 a.m. and you could get moving then, but you want to do it at night, right? So you'd have to waste a bunch of time.
5 a.m. not early enough? Oops, sorry.
You
Would
could
still
do
be
that.
dark at 5 a.m. Well,
At
like,
5
we have a
a.m.,
ways to
you
go,
would
I guess.
have, yeah, at 5 a.m., you have 2 hours to make it back to Gale when the sun would come up
Oh.
first.
Hmm.
You could also journey further and find a new campsite.
That's true, but if we did that, we wouldn't have enough time for a long rest, I think.
It's up to you guys.
Right. Well, crew, I'm feeling rather spiffy, so I'm up for either. What are you guys feeling?
About an hour tops. I'll be good.
I think that I would be fine to keep traveling, but we should do this under the cover of night. I don't think it can lead to people poking around in the graveyard and stirring up spirits of the dead.
Oh, certainly. I do
Yeah.
not I have not met someone who is. Let us be Let's just be honest with ourselves, yes. Yeah. All right. Let's I guess get a little bit closer, get ready to launch into town once the cover of night fully envelops everything.
Perfect. Do you want to go ahead and take a short rest here, or do you want to get closer and then take a short rest?
I don't care. Kids, what do you want to do?
Let's go ahead and take a short rest here, says Gellin in character.
Perfect.
All
Yeah,
right.
let's do it.
Perfect. Mechanically speaking, you guys take a short rest. You can recover any abilities you get on that, and use any hit dice to restore hit points. So, with that in mind, Gellin gets back up to full health.
And
How's
everybody's
everyone
back
else
up to
doing?
full health.
I'm at full
Very
health,
nice.
I also.
I wasn't even touched, so full health.
Nicely done. All right. All our abilities that recharge on short rests come back. It is now 8 p.m. You know, it would take you till about 10 p.m. to get back into town or to the outskirts of town. Then you could find the graveyard, wait until the dead of night, and then make your move.
All right, that sounds like a plan to me. So,
Yeah.
Right.
do we wait maybe up now outside of town to avoid detection?
Yeah. That sounds pretty wise. Yes.
Okay.
Very good. The night starts to fall. You guys hear as you travel just a lot of uh, almost like a singing bird starts to let out its cry. Um, you feel the heat of the day is starting to truly fade as the cold starts to set in. You get the sense that you might be being watched right now. It's just a like it's just like the hairs on the back of your neck standing up at first,
Hmm.
and it just doesn't quite go away.
Wow.
You swear as you're walking, you hear a stick crack behind you. You hear a branch bend, leaves and bushes rustle in a way that they aren't intended to.
Wow. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Should we check it out or?
Can you see anything? I have good vision in the dark.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I can take a look.
Is
Uh,
this a feeling that we just now had, or has that been something that's
It
been around
just
a
now
while?
started. You're about an hour into your walk back to Galewen, so you're about an hour out from your destination, and the feeling started.
Hmm.
um, would you say a perception roll would be
Sure.
something that
Yeah, you can do that.
cool?
Anari's gonna look around as well, if that's all right.
That is a
Yeah, for sure.
natural 20.
Whoop, never mind, she's
Okay.
not.
No, go ahead and do that as well. In fact, everyone give me a perception check.
Oh, yeah.
That's a natural
Hold on.
20.
That is a
Jeez.
10. That's a 10 from me.
A 9 for Galen. What are we looking at, commas?
That's a natural 20 as well.
Good
Oh my
lord!
gosh, what?
No, that's insane.
We've never no being has ever been more sane. They drive home to their mother being like, I finally feel understood.
Here's
Holy.
what you find. Without going any closer to investigate, and without, you know, without like pushing apart leaves and branches to get a closer look, you turn around. Everyone turns around to look. Inari and Galen, both, neither of us see anything.
We're looking
It
in the
is,
wrong direction.
we're looking in the wrong direction. We're looking at a sound we just heard as we turned. A bird let out a sound, and we both looked in that direction. Henry, Kamos, and Valendras, you see a long, slinking figure crouched all the way on the ground, slowly approaching in the underbush.
Does
Hmm.
it look aggressive, like it's stalking us, or does it look like it's just following?
It looks like it is following. It hasn't stopped approaching since you stopped to look around. As it gets closer, it's maybe about 90 to 100 feet out right now, but
Mhm.
as it gets closer, you see it has a lot of legs,
Hmm.
and it is
Oh,
very close to the ground.
How many eyes does it have, and how are they set? Are they like forward facing? Are they off to the side?
So that's the thing. You actually, from what you look at, you kind of just see where its head would be, almost like a domed feature, like a
Mhm.
domed shape, with what appears to be no eyes attached to it at all, but you do see several slits over the ridge of the dome as it has almost comes to a little point, and that point continues up the dome. You see
Mhm.
several slits on that ridge that open and close repeatedly, and you don't see anything from within them.
Interesting. What's its? It has lots of legs. You said. What's its body shape? Is it mammalian? Does it look insectoid or
It
reptilian?
steps out it steps out of the bushes and gets onto the path itself, and you see what appears to be a very large millipede creature.
Huh. Uh,
Kalmos is gonna magic hand um, some meat rations. Just kind of off to the side, not directly on our path, but like off to the side, to its side, to see, basically get a gauge of how intelligently it engages with food, both if it likes that and if it sees that and like recognizes intelligence in other creatures or acts more just instinctual.
As you place the food out to its, we'll say, to its right side, your left side,
Mhm.
it gets within about 75 feet of you and stops as soon as you do this. And you see it starts to raise its upper body into the air. And I would like everyone to go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw. At this point, everyone can see it
okay.
Mhm.
as you see a human's face on the underside of the millipede.
Oh, oh
Oh,
no.
Oh,
Okay.
fun.
I switched to dice and it didn't help. That's a 7.
Is this
Okay.
a thing that would cause
No
damage?
damage. This is
Okay.
uh,
specifically for anyone that cares. This is to avoid being frightened.
that's
okay.
a 13 for me.
16 for me.
Okay,
Okay. One
you're
sec.
trying to beat a 12.
Nice.
Wisdom, son of a
Just gonna
bitch.
sound like an odd question. Does it have a swimming speed by any chance?
Swimming speed?
A
Um
swimming speed.
I would
That's
truthfully
a
say
no.
I would say no.
Okay.
Uh, uh, let's see. That's a 6 on that dice. I am going to use the stratagem and expend a single battle dice in order to have a flash of brilliance. When you make an intelligence or wisdom check, you expend one battle dice and add it to the check.
Sure.
So I'm looking for a 6 or greater. Damn it! That's a 5.
No luck.
Kamo shits his pants.
Unfortunately, Gellin does not have any auras yet, so no boost from me. That's what multiclassing does.
Damn, you greedy experimental boy.
So
How dare you?
Gellin, Henry, and Valendress are not afraid of this thing, but Kamos and Inari are both stricken with fear. All that means is for the time being, for a roleplay scenario, I'm gonna say it's roleplay it how you will, but you can't get closer to this thing willingly.
Okay. Um, I would
Just
like
just a hand gripped around a rapier.
I'd like to cast a hex on it. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Is this an aggressive action?
Not like an attack action. No, it's not going to do damage.
Okay. It'll make a wisdom saving. That is a failure for sure.
Okay. It is afraid of me. I cast the hex Evil Eye.
Okay. You post up and scare it away, or try and scare it away. You see the human face, the eyes open, and I'm gonna take a quick gauge. Okay. If we've got 10 people viewing the stream right now, I want to apologize to all 10 of you.
Oh.
Um, it
Oh,
opens
no.
its eyes, and you see a swarm of maggots sitting where the eyeball would
Jesus
be.
Christ.
And
I
you
want to make this
see
a light and fun adventure for everyone. Guys, make characters that aren't that serious. Don't worry about it.
the mouth opens up, and a few little flying insects fly out. You see in the path behind it several centipedes, millipedes, and ant-like creatures follow behind it and start to climb on top of it. And you hear it says, "Oh, hello. I didn't mean to intrude."
Uh, so,
Mm.
what you did.
Greetings,
So,
creature.
I
You wanna
understand.
take-
I'm gonna. I sincerely don't want to tell anyone what to do or what not to do. Uh, but I'm gonna say, Henry, you did scare it. I'm gonna ask you to go ahead and talk to it really quick.
okay. Um, so why were you following us?
I was told to. The creatures of the forest, the insects and the bugs, they told me that you needed me, so I came.
Uh, okay. Um, Needed you for what exactly?
My gifts are many and powerful, and I learned of, well, the insects of the ground and the wasps of the air. We all love the Vamra, and we learned what happened to them. And it would break my heart if something like that were to happen to you. So when they told me what happened and that you were present, I came to see if you would like my aid.
I see. Right.
Kamos
So, yeah, go ahead.
is gonna get like mad, and just go, and frustrated, and go, "What happens to them? Hmm? And how do you propose stopping a an omnipotent monster that can turn you to ash at the very touch? Hmm? When we're stuck in a, if we end up stuck in another realm, do you have ideas on that?"
Oh, I apologize. I believe you might be what's the word? Misinformed. That creature, it is not omnipotent. It is not all powerful. It is not all knowing. It's sick. That's all it is. It's a dying creature. When it dies, me and my kin, and you see more centipedes and carrion beasts of the land start crawling around and emerging from the forest around you as you realize you are slowly becoming surrounded by insects and bugs. Me and my kin, we will devour it and make the sickness go away.
So, you know of that other realm that the portal attached to? Have knowledge of it?
I am told many things by the Vamra. The Queen and I, we shared a special connection. The Vamra are, how would you say it? My progeny. They came from me, and they will return to me. Which is why it sickens me to my very core that that thing would dare to take it from me. I just can't bear it again.
I see. So, well, here's the thing. The current establishment on the island, the I don't know what they call themselves, but part of the Quergent, I suppose, led by this man, and he has very ill intentions for the island. Peace, like you, and especially for the Vomra. What's left of them. They are trying to unseat him, take him out of his power. To do that, may need some allies. So if I suppose you and friends would be willing, when the time comes, would you join the fight with us?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Righty. Uh, well,
Can
huh. That's gonna be a nat 1.
I give him the help action?
I'm going to say because you specifically are frightened, no.
Damn it. But I recognize it's also mad. Come on. I've found a kindred spirit.
I respect your desire, and I apologize if my appearance is unsettling. But I am not of this island. I am the queen of all things that feast on the dead. That is my role.
What is your name?
Well, my kin do not have a need for names, so I have not used one. But the humans and the races and species that know of me have called me Carrion.
Carrion. I'm Camus. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Are you
Likewise,
are you like those creatures on the other side of the realm?
I know you mean no harm, but please do not compare me to those rotting masses.
Hmm.
Death is a beautiful thing, and no one should have it stolen from them. But what has happened to them, it has robbed them of the beauty of a glorious death.
See, it truly is a tragedy. Do you know what happened to them? Is that a thing that you can express? I'm sure
The
things in this
machina-
world that are beyond words, but if you could try.
the machinations of your kind and of your people are often beyond me, so I don't know how to describe what you did to them, but it was something that was done to them by people.
Oh, I see.
I do not blame you. I know it was not you specifically, not you or any of your friends. But I know of the one who did.
Who, if I might be prying.
They call him the Old King, from what I understand. Even I don't know his name, What I do know is that he is responsible for what has happened to them.
Hmm.
To answer your question, and it gestures to Henry, just kind of turning its face towards you. To answer your question, while I would be grateful to offer the services of my kin to your aid, I cannot do so myself. The squabbles of mankind and of all of the beautiful creatures of the world are not something that I should be interfering with. If me and my kind were to interfere, well, it would make your life more difficult. Trust me.
Let's see.
I, I will offer you the assistance of the worms of the earth, of the butterflies, and the moths of the sky. They will protect you, and they will look after you while you are on this island.
Well, for that, I suppose the worms can come in handy when we're looking for their body. But besides that, I suppose we are on the way. Right? Go on.
Oh, I real quick, since you are offering the help, carry on. Are there other things that your kind might be able to assist us with? Can they communicate? Spy? What what gifts are you offering to us?
Again, I know you mean no harm, but you don't know what you ask of me. Please, take what I have given and know that it is enough.
Of course, I did not mean to offend. I apologize if I am overstepping. I am simply trying to understand what it is fully that you have given. This is all.
It will reveal itself when it is
Mm,
needed.
I see.
And you see it turns to look at Inari for a little bit and goes, "Ah, you must be Inari, is that right?"
And Nari just goes like totally still and stiff. I. That's my name.
I apologize. My appearance is unsettling to many, I am aware. But I wouldn't change it for myself, so I have no need to change it for others. But you need not be
Nari
frightened
nods.
of me.
And Nari,
And
yeah,
sorry, go on.
nods at. I said Inari nods at that and kind of relaxes a little bit because there's something in what Carrion has been saying, especially about like the life cycle and the cycle of death, that kind of resonates with what she grew up with.
Um, Inari, you are the one spoken to or spoken of to me by my brother. You are the chosen, the favored of the ocean. Is that right?
I was the favorite of the ocean, but I've walked away from that.
I understand. It can be a lot, looking for destiny and a future. Do not worry. My brother still loves you, and he will accept you with open arms whether or not you decide to come back.
You just kind of see Inari take a breath in and then breathe out. And it's like there was a weight that's not there anymore.
One last time, Carrion turns and observes Valandros, and you all see as Carrion looks upon Valandros, a look of scorn appears on its face for just a brief second. And it says, "Oh, I suppose that is another way to live your life, is it not?"
Um, we were walking, correct? And this thing came up on us.
Yeah, it came up from behind you guys.
Uh, yeah. I just turn my back to it and keep walking.
Very well. When you are done with that thing you call a body, I will retrieve it for you.
Oh, I don't like this worm.
My apologies again for interrupting your travel. It appears you have things to do. I will let you go. And it returns its face to the earth and skitters off backwards, back into the forest, into the underbrush. And
Almost gives a long-winded greeting or farewell or whatever as it does that.
and the insects that are surrounding you all scatter.
Nope.
Gross.
Well, okay. Seems Destiny K is just a sim that exists around here, huh? Ah,
Yes.
Huh.
That was quite interesting. So, did that thing say that it was in any way related to the other creature? One who briefly killed you, Gellin? Was I misunderstanding?
It said it wasn't in any way related.
Then I was misunderstanding.
no,
It got
it was very
it
upset
got
when I asked about that.
yeah, it got mad at Kamos here for even suggesting that.
I'm sorry, my headphones fell off.
I'm sorry. What headphones? Headphones?
I meant I had a bit of lint in my ear. I
You-
suppose.
uh, yes.
So
I hear that is a problem that plagues magic users. You know, that's what they said in the royal house. Always, you can always know a magic user by the lint in their ears.
you say that.
You should
Real quick,
you
thank
should
you
wash
for
your ears off.
the Palu. I don't know
The
how you say that.
Pollux.
Pollux. Thank you for
Yeah,
the
the
follow.
Pollux
That's
8.
great.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Yeah, I was actually going to suggest we take a break, but since we immediately got a new follower, let's push on for another like 11 minutes.
Yeah,
I believe in you guys.
to the proper
Nice.
break time.
To the proper break time. Okay.
Proper break time. Okay.
Proper
We
break.
can do that.
What would you all like to do now?
So that fiasco over. Continue on. We ask the worms for help. Raiding the graveyard then.
Fuck the worms.
What? Oh, are
They
you
would be-
okay?
Speak for yourself, Valandros.
Use all the help we can get, Valandros. What do you have against Carrion? I mean, I know it's off-putting, but
What
Needs
is
to
your
help.
deal, man?
I'll follow
Well,
the captain's orders.
Okay.
Interesting. I think it should be
Yeah.
easy enough to find the graveyard on our own, and if we have difficulty with that, then perhaps we resort to help. I imagine the help will come in a way that is, given how Karian was talking, in a way that does not require our prompting.
Well, we are going to a graveyard, so it's where they feed the worms.
Finds those spooky, scary skeletons.
God damn it.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
You can't sing it. We have DMCA reasons. We're very concerned about our proper DMCA following here on Luck Check.
It's true.
Anyways, yeah, you guys travel the remaining hour and are easily capable to waste the time needed. And you. Oh,
Oh, you
good
all right?
job, Bullet. Sorry, my cat ran up on the desk and started scattering things, and I was trying to keep him quiet. Yeah. You guys are capable of waste, and he's back again. God damn.
The
Tis
real
nature of the cat.
big bad.
He's the real big bad, the cat that knocks over all of my minifigures during combat. Okay,
I mean,
sorry about that. You guys are capable of hiding away and finding. It takes no time at all to find where the graveyard is. It's actually secluded a little bit from the town. It's off of a kind of northern path. If you can see near, it's kind of in between the lower part of town and the upper part of town. It's kind of in between the Dripping Tap and Belfry Killica. But yes, what would you all like to do? The time has come. You have wasted the amount of time you needed to waste, and it is almost the witching hour itself.
Ooh.
So I suppose we should gravestone in the graveyard that has a related name. Did anyone catch the last name? The mayor?
Did anyone catch the first name of the mayor?
Question.
Helen, you
Bythel.
were talking to him.
Mayor Bythel. And
Bithel.
Bithel. There we go.
Yeah.
That makes much more sense.
I don't think I caught a last name.
Hmm.
He just introduced himself as Bithel.
As someone who has been in and out of these islands the last decade or so, is that something Inari might know?
Give me a history check, sure.
Okay. Oh god. Alright, don't let me down this time.
Hope our cleric knows history.
Yeah, your cleric is shit. As a 5.
Ooh.
On a 5, you do not recall the name of the last name of Mayor Bithel.
I don't stay around long enough to really pick up any of that stuff. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, it's all right. None of us know it.
It is fine. There are two options that I see. We either look for the most ornate grave or the very most shit one. It seems, I feel like we will either have a political enemy or maybe a relative that he never lived up to his dad's approval. You know?
Huh. Very specific.
What?
I suppose, yeah, either could do. Do you want to just take a look around the graveyard?
Yeah, let's go look around.
Sure.
Did we see possibly like a flag or like something like a banner maybe that he had around his house or something?
That
That
is
would-
a good question. I don't believe it was described at the time, but I'm going to say, yeah, you did.
Nice.
It's kind of in the emblem of a badger, because I think that's just neat.
And adorable. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's the
really
mayor's
aggressive.
crest, you said?
Yes, the mayor's crest was a little badger.
I seem to recall a banner around his big manor. I think it was a badger or something of the sort. Maybe one of the gravestones will have that same symbol.
I suppose
That
so.
seems like a good idea.
So I suppose we can just look for the crest, or also just ask around town. I mean, as far as the people of the town go, we at least know one that's hostile to us, right? I'm talking about the brewmaster.
Fair.
I don't know if going into town's a great idea. We were seen kind of out in the public fighting the guards.
Yeah, not only that, but also like running into the woods with the Vamra.
Yeah. Again, if we were going
Not
to
all
try
of
and
us.
play that, if we were going to try and play that as a, hey, you did it, you brilliant mayor man, you madman, you created a connection by forcing us to be on the side, but we are going to murder the man. So But you know what? Inari does have a point.
Nari makes a great point.
Yeah. What would you all like to do?
Captain, what if we send an Ari into town to ask around while the rest of us search the grave?
Is that a
Good to
thing you
me.
feel comfortable doing, Inari? You have. I mean, so Inari obviously is a sea elf.
Time
Are
is
they like
it?
very
It's like
obviously?
midnight right now.
That's a
Yeah,
great call.
I feel like this is.
Well, the last time I was in town, there were a lot of soldiers about, but provided they've maybe settled down, I think that might be something I could do, though I don't know that people would be receptive to me knocking on the doors at midnight.
That means there are bars in town, are there not?
Well, the place where the brewmaster works is literally a bar.
It is. Wasn't wasn't everything kind of closed down as of the last Denari knew?
So when you came in, you stopped by in the higher town. You
Okay,
never actually went to the low town where Dripping Tap
where
was.
they're talking about. Okay,
That's
okay.
correct.
Okay. I
So
mean,
you wouldn't know about there.
we could describe just like the general appearance of the parishioner and everything like that. Just like give her a quick sketch or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
and then definitely can check it out, see if there are any soldiers about, and then go see if we can get some information.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Inari heads off to the Dripping Tap.
Okay.
Um, and it'll take you a little bit to get there, but you're kind of in a path that's right in between the two parts of town, so it won't take too
Mhm.
long. In the
Okay.
meantime, I do want to ask for everyone that's there. Do you want to still look around at all the gravestones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
absolutely.
Okay, go ahead and all of you give me an investigation check, and I'll include Gellin in that.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh. Very
Gellin
good.
got a flat 18. If someone could keep track of that number for me, because I'm not
Okay.
going to remember in a second.
Uh,
And I'll ask for your rolls in just a moment.
okay.
Uh, Inari, you make it to the lower part of Galewin, and you see that there is a couple of buildings. There's a few guards about, but they don't seem to be performing as detailed of a search as they were before. It more just seems that the whole of Galewin is on kind of a higher alert. But
Mhm.
there are commoners, there are people from the town moving around
Moving
and
around.
going to places. I mean, it's midnight, so it's not like busy, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of people up because there was a big to do in town earlier.
Mhm. Okay. Okay, so I guess Inari is just gonna walk in like she knows where she's going. Or that she's like she's got a purpose and is gonna walk in trying to find it was the dripping tap.
That's correct.
Yes.
All right.
It's not hard to find. It is the only bar in the low town, and it
Mhm.
is packed.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
Well, I guess I'm gonna deal my way in and see if I can find this brewmaster.
Perfect. You step in, and like I said, it is packed. You see all manner of uh, dwarven people, of elves, of humans, of halflings. You see one or two gnomes. You see the occasional dragonborn, um, and a couple of tieflings. You see who appears to be an ace or an Asimar.
Mhm.
Um, you see just a whole collection of town folk, and behind the bar itself, you find someone who resembles the sketch that Henry made for you. Uh,
While Henry was busy sketching this for me, did Inari happen to have a conversation with anyone about specifically what information they're looking for?
yeah, we can say that happened. What do you guys think?
Okay.
I feel
What
like that
questions do you want
was
Inari to ask?
rather natural.
Mainly, I guess just like the surname of the mayor would be
The
helpful.
mayor. Okay. Okay.
Surname
And
of the
like
mayor.
anyone who was close to the
But
mayor.
exactly.
Yeah,
Okay.
like what's like an angle to lead into this might be what's been hot in town, who's interested in
I
the mayor's
thank you.
kerfuffle. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
see. You know.
Mhm. Okay. Thank you for the reminder. I just needed to know what we were asking for. I hopefully got the rest of this. All
Perfect.
right. So
Okay.
Inari is gonna walk up to the bar and order a drink from the brewmaster.
You see, he whips around and goes, "Oh yes. What can I get for you?"
And I'll just take an ale.
Perfect. House blend, fine. Or do you want a specific one?
Oh, I like trying the house blend.
Perfect.
Give
No
me your
problem.
best.
He kind of just gives you a smile, walks over, pours out into a glass, um, puts it in front of you. Nice, cool ale. Um, and then he immediately turns to start helping another customer and to start barking orders at someone in the kitchen. See, this guy kind of runs the whole place by himself, but is also the main bartender for the area.
Okay, so there is someone like right next to me.
Yeah, there's like you effectively lucked into having a seat available. The bar is packed.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So I am actually gonna as the brewmaster is kind of working with helping this other customer, as soon as he kind of steps away a little bit, I'm going to lean over and go, "My goodness, it is packed in here tonight." Speaking to the person that is sitting next to me.
Yeah, you turn and you see like an older, dark-skinned guy, like a human with kind of slowly graying black hair and kind of like a
Hmm.
salt and pepper beard. Just turns and goes, "Ah, you got that right. It's a busy, busy night. Big commotion earlier in town, so a lot of people are up late getting their drinks in."
Oh, really? I just came in at the docks. What happened earlier this tonight?
Oh, this is that's a trip. Yeah, so earlier this morning, I think, couple of we think pirates came into town and started getting into a fight with the guards. And there's a local tribe called the Vamra up north. The Vamra came down and joined the fight too, and then the pirates ran off with the Vamra. The guards started searching the whole place. Everyone was getting searched. Everyone was getting questioned. It was a bit scary if you don't, if you catch what I mean. It's a scary time to be well, in the know, I suppose.
Oh my, that sounds terrifying. I'm in the know. Is that anything I should know?
Well, miss you
If it's something that's like local, I just want to make sure I'm not stepping on any toes while I'm in here getting my little ship repaired.
I see.
Is there
Yes.
anywhere that I should like steer clear? It's my first time here in quite a bit, and everything is very different.
Understood. Of course. We try our best to be, jovial and friendly to newcomers, but it's been a rough couple of years recently here in Galewin.
Oh, you're not telling me anything that I've known. I am on my own. My last crew, we just couldn't keep them together. Things have been just so tough. It's been a hard few
Ah,
years here.
I don't envy you. Um, but no, change in leadership doesn't always go over smoothly. Is all I'll say.
Mm,
And he takes a big sip of a drink.
I'm gonna take a swig of my ale and go, huh, well, you got that right. Um, I'm going to go, so I'm guessing that things have been a bit up in the air recently. You said change in leadership. That never Oh, that can take a while getting used to. I know first time I had to change captains. It was like night and day. They're two different styles.
Like night and day, yes. It's a good way to describe it. Yeah,
Um,
well, the Mayor Bithel, he,
Mayor Bithel.
yes.
Oh, that sounds familiar. I've heard that name before.
Well, it's the mayor of the town, of Galewind, so, you know, Mayor Bithel, he's an earnest man. He means well for the town, and he's always done right by us, but his, his father was a very kind man, and you can kind of tell the difference in their goals.
Hmm.
His father wanted the town to be nothing but a gentle, calm portside village where old folk like me come and rest and work until we're done. And we were happy like that, and it was nice. We got along well with the Vamra, and we didn't ask for anything from them other than continued amiability. Um, but when the old mayor, when former Mayor Bithel passed away, his son took over, and well, he's like I said, he's earnest, but his goals aren't in line with his father's, and that's fine. You know, a change in leadership, a change in goals. That's not the end of the world. But whereas his father loved the people, I think our current Mayor Bithel loves the position more.
Hmm. That's hard. It's hard when you get someone who's more interested in their power than they are in paying attention to the people that put them there.
Yes, very so. You see the brewmaster dips back around, noticing after this conversation that you're both like partway through your drinks, and just ask, "Care for a refill or a new glass?"
Yeah, I'll take a top up if that's all right. This
Of
gentleman
course.
was just telling me about some of your recent troubles. I'm so sorry to hear that about that nonsense with the pirates up in uh, was it here or
I was up in
nearby?
the.
Did you see it?
It was in the upper part of town near the belfry. So
Ah,
not anything that came near the old
near the.
dripping tap, but yeah, it was scary from what I hear.
Oh, I've witnessed that a few times myself. It's never a pretty sight. And he was telling me that y'all have been dealing with a bit of having a hard time seeing eye to eye with your current mayor. Is that right?
Oh, don't take what old Gus here says too seriously. He likes to chat. We
Mm.
get along fine with our mayor.
Oh, all right. Oh, that's good. That's good. I know it can be a bit of an adjustment, especially when the old mayor's got a bit of a different approach.
You can see the brewmaster kind of smiles a very fake smile and just goes, right.
Mm.
Care for anything to eat?
And I think I'll nurse this for a little bit longer. Uh,
Very
just
well.
I've got a friend that might be meeting me here. I just waiting a little bit to see if they show up.
Of course. Please just let me know if you need anything. And he steps away to help some more guests.
Okay. Anari is going to lean back and kind of look around the room and just see if actually no, she's not gonna look around. She's gonna sit there with her mug of ale and she's gonna kind of listen to see if she can pick up anything nearby that might be interesting. But I think we've got the information that we were looking for.
Okay.
But I'm hearing it was Mayor Bithell and then Mayor Bithell, right? The old mayor is also Mayor Bithell.
That's correct.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. You lean back to listen in. Go ahead and give me a perception check,
Okay.
and keep on to that number. I'm going to ask you for it again in a moment. Back
Okay.
back at the graveyard. Run by me those investigation checks, folks.
So Galen got an 18.
Thank you.
Valandros got an 8.
Gotcha.
I got a. That's 22.
Nice.
Great. Okay.
Almost got a 17 on the die, which means a 24.
Very
Wow.
good. All right. So Valandrus, you find a couple of graves. Dead
Cool.
people, am I right?
Yeah.
The remaining three, look around for a good portion of time, and you find the most ornate grave, and it appears to be one Gerard Billingsley. Died a couple of years ago, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Died at the ripe age of 74. Says he was born and raised here in Galewind, was one of the founding members. Pretty straightforward. Just a nice ornate grave for one of the founding members of the town. You find the, as Kamos so eloquently put it, the most shit grave, which is literally just a board, like a plank of wood with like charcoal written on it, that's just placed into the ground, and it's kind of like fallen over and cracked and looks like it could give way at any moment. And you see it's of one Charles, and then like the last name is almost scratched out, it would seem, but as you go in to make it out, it looks like it says Altah. So Charles Altah, Altah. Then it appears that Charles was some kind of ne'er-do-well, like maybe a criminal, maybe a murderer. It's hard to say exactly what it was, but all it says in the epitaph is "good riddance." But after a fair bit of looking around, you all kind of notice tracks in the ground. They're very small, almost as if there's little mounds slowly being made in the dirt. And they all lead to one very plain, very humble gravestone. That when you peer down and wipe the mud off the front of it, you see the name Elijah Bithell.
Oh, that's coincidental. I suppose Bithell wasn't his first name then.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense that he would introduce himself as like title last name rather than title first name.
It's how most people do. I don't know why we assumed otherwise.
No, it's fine. It's fine. What
So-
could go wrong?
Is what I need from you all, assuming that this is the grave we pick. I need at least 3. I need you to join hands with me on the grave, and
I grab
Yes.
Henry's hand.
all right. Okay, I mean not yet, quite yet. But eventually.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's sure. So anyway, we need to grab hands, and then I will cast the spell, and we try to manifest the spirit of the individual who lies here. Fortunately, it could fail, or we could contact the wrong spirit, but there's only one way to try. So out of character, the way the spell works is at least 3 willing creatures lock hands in a moment of meditation to conjure a spirit. It takes 10 minutes to cast. If the creature spirit is free and willing, it manifests as a ghostly specter. Target of the spell. Here. Okay. Until the spell ends, I can ask up to 3 questions of the Spectre. The Spectre knows only what it knew in life, including the languages it knew, usually gives brief, cryptic, or repetitive answers. It is under no compulsion to answer truthfully if we're hostile to it or if it recognizes us as enemies, and there's a 5% chance it contacts wrong spirit. So I will go ahead and roll a d100 and just see what I get. It's a 57. So,
Yeah, so you're good.
so now, if you wouldn't mind, grasp my hand.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
I'll grab his left hand.
I grab his right hand.
I reach my hand out to Kamos.
All the better.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or Thomas was gonna say, let's wait for what's it for Inari, but also, meh, we can go ahead and
Time is of the essence.
I'm gonna remember that.
Anari will remember that.
And I can also cast the spell again if we need. So,
Okay.
Sure, let's go for it.
all right. Please just close your eyes and focus in on the inward circle, the ground if you can. And I just sit there kind of in silence for 10 minutes as we do this. And then you kind of like feel the ground vibrate under you. And
And a long spectral hand reaches up out of the grave
there we go.
and starts to crawl out of the grave itself. You see before you a old, maybe 90-year-old human in a pale blue ethereal form. You see he arises and looks upon you all and says, "Hello. What can I do for you?"
Oh, I suppose we should have discussed the questions beforehand, shouldn't we?
Never mind that. I am patient. I have time.
Oh, uh, before we ask you the questions, may we discuss amongst ourselves? Uh, what should we ask it? Quick. You'll only stick around for about a minute.
Well, I
I feel like we should ask it, what is Mayor Bithel's greatest weakness?
Okay. Well, it's his father, so maybe first we should try to establish us as people who aren't directly opposed, but mean good for the town.
we should ask if I think as a starter, if he disapproves of his son's, you know, leadership style, if you will.
I guess Valandros doesn't know exactly how the spell works, but like out of character, would he not know that because he wasn't alive to see him in charge?
I suppose we could just ask. I suppose we
Well,
could
no,
just ask the type of character his son is and if he's aware of bad he's capable.
yeah,
That'll work.
that's kind of what that question is after.
Yeah.
Okay, so question number 1. What's question number 2?
Uh, what can we do? Oh, are there any secrets in the old manor? Anything hidden? Anything that would give us an advantage? Any secret entrance?
If his father is approving, then perhaps we should ask if who is the person that we need to protect him from the most. Hmm?
That would work.
Yeah.
Figure out in a roundabout way what allies we actually have by figuring out what enemies Mayor Bithel has.
Yeah.
And the last question.
We should find out.
We
I don't
apologize,
know.
by the way, Sir Biffle. We just need to discuss a few more seconds.
Oh, please, call me Elijah.
We apologize, Elijah.
What, Galen, what were you saying there?
I think so. If we find out if he approves of his son, then the second question is either if he doesn't approve, how do we get into the, like, what should we know about the manor? Or if he does approve, who should we protect him from? Then the third one, if he doesn't approve, if he doesn't approve, find out what he wants us to do with his son.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he
Smart.
does approve of his son, then maybe just find out what his favorite, like what he loved about his son.
Hmm.
And that might give us more insight into him.
What about? Yeah, no, yeah, that's fine. I was gonna say, like, what if we asked him how did he die? But if he just died in his bed, that would give us nothing. So yeah, good call.
Okay. So, uh, Elijah, right?
Yes, that is me.
We have 3 questions for you. The first being your son. The mayor of the town he is now. He ascended after your passing, and we wondered, thought of him. Was he a good man? Alive?
My son, Jacob. I I love him dearly. It is not a father's wish to pass judgment on the quality of their son's soul.
I see. In that case, if you love him dearly, and if, say, now he were corrupt with his power and were seeking to harm others with it, how would you have us deal with it?
You say he is the mayor now.
Yes.
I am very proud of him. I say a corrupt mayor should be replaced in a fair and just trial. Uncover his misdeeds and give him a chance to self reflect and learn.
See, in that case, is there anything in the house, your old manor? Is there any secret entrances, anywhere documents that might uncover these misdeeds might be kept so we can expose him?
My son, poor little Jacob, since he was young, he always kept a notebook, a journal. He was very meticulous. I doubt he's stopped. In his room, he always kept it under the bed, in the bed frame. An old habit.
See,
I I feel faint. I must apologize, but I believe it is time for me to go.
answering our questions. Rest well.
And he just kind of sinks back into the grave. And Nari, what was the result of that perception check?
Oh, it was a 9.
Nice. On a 9. You hear a lot of hubbub about the events of tonight.
Mhm.
Specifically, you hear kind of detailed descriptions of one Valandrus. They're not saying by name, but they are describing these people. They describe Valandrus, they describe Kamos, and they describe Gellin as being members of the pirate crew.
All right, good to know. I
Uh,
guess I'm gonna put down the money for my drink, and I will nod to Gus next to me, slide a little bit extra money, go the next round's on me, and head out the door.
Old Gus gives a little chuckle and just goes, "Ha! Thank you. I appreciate it." And you head out the door. As you do, where do you want to head? Just straight back to the graveyard?
I am going to head straight back to the graveyard, but again, I'm going to be kind of looking around, seeing if I notice anything. You said they knew Valandros, Galen, and Kamos by description, correct?
That is correct.
Correct. Okay, yeah. So I'm just going to keep walking, kind of paying attention to what's going on, but I'm going to head back to the graveyard.
Perfect. You see a lot of people that were out earlier are now starting to head back home and just kind of keep to themselves. So it's the streets start to empty out. But you do notice as you start to approach the graveyard, you notice off in the distance a small filing of troops. Just a small squadron, maybe 6 to 8 men, marching along the path that passes the graveyard that connects the higher part of town and the lower part of town.
Is there a way for me to get into the graveyard a different way? Like, can I see any sort of like, are there any woods up against it or anything where I could maybe circle around?
Yeah, you think there are exactly that, yes.
Okay. I am going to circle around and try and get to them in a way that does not have the troops seeing me.
Sure, give me. I will say I will ask for a stealth check there. Because I think that is particularly trying to be rather stealthy about
Cocked.
something.
Okay, hold on. That is a 20, not nat.
Nice. Okay. On a dirty 20, you have no problem sneaking around through the woods. You hear the voices of your companions for a little bit, speaking with what sounds like an older man. And then as you make your way to the back entrance and step onto a little muddy path and step right into the graveyard, you see uh, the faint glimpse of what appears to be a spectral old man disappearing into the ground as you approach the rest of the crew.
I still like, can I see it all the soldiers that I was avoiding, or have they passed by? Are they still on their way? Like, is there anything I can see from where we are
You
now?
think they are still on their way.
Okay. And so, by any chance, was that the old Mayor Bithel you were talking with? I'm gonna say very softly.
Oh, Anari, welcome back. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
him.
hi. Okay, well that's good. Um, so I learned that information obviously, and I learned that the townsfolk don't necessarily agree with the current Mayor Bithel. But the most important thing that I've learned is that there is there's a line of soldiers. There are some soldiers coming down the road. We might want to take the back exit.
Yeah. A bit of
We, uh,
skedaddling.
We did
Certainly.
learn some new information. There appears to be a bit of a journal that the mayor keeps in his bed frame that might have some information on him that thrown him. So, with your permission, Captain, perhaps Valandros take the lead on this. All of us, I feel, might be the best at breaking and entering. No offense.
Oh no, none taken.
And before we get any further, I don't know if this is going to make a difference in your plans, but I did hear a bit of a chatter when I was sitting at the Driven Tap. Seems like the only people that they actually know by description are Valandros, Kamos, and Gelen. Just to keep that in mind.
Okay.
Nice.
I guess that makes sense. We were kind of further out in the open in the thick of it.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. We just hide off in the background and If only there were a way for you to let us know if things went bad. Oh well. Yeah, no, I agree. Henry, I think you are correct in assessing good friends Valendros's technique and potential. Yeah, because the ghost didn't talk about anything in the back. Yeah, there weren't any secret entrances. It was, I'm sure it is
That is
full
correct.
guarded. Yeah. Um,
Okay. But you guys duck out through the back path to avoid the incoming soldiers?
please.
Yes, please.
Absolutely. No problem. You successfully duck out of the graveyard. They don't even stop to look in. They just pass by and are headed down to the lower portion of town. No problem. But you do see uh, that there is, in this back portion, there's a bit of a like back roads path. You think you remember crossing some kind of path when you were leaving the upper town, kind of running through the forest. You remember crossing a path that led back into the northern part of the town that looked very similar, like a backroads kind of path.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
It's
Like,
your mission. It's your call.
You take the lead, I suppose. Not very good at this type of thing.
Right. And then follow me, I guess.
all right.
Perfect.
Hell yeah. We follow Valendros.
It comes to about 1:30 a.m. when you finally reach about half a mile outside of the manor. You're on the northern part of the area. You've cut through the town, or cut past the town, and kind of cut into the unbeaten path. But you're up on a hill overlooking the manor. From here, you have a pretty good view of it, although it is dark, so it is kind of hard to see. But the manor is well lit on the exterior. Just a lot of like floating lanterns, things like that. Um, you notice some of these lanterns are emitting kind of a light purple light, kind of an unnatural or unusual glow to them.
Does it
Uh,
does it look
is
anything like the lights like inside the manor, or is it different?
It does look very similar to the lights inside of the manor.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Nari.
oh no, I was gonna say, is it any sort of like glow that Inari would recognize?
You think it's similar to the gems you found in the crystal, just a different hue.
Okay.
So the gems you found in the caves, just a different hue.
Yeah,
Okay, so this wouldn't be anything she has experience
that was
with.
going to be my question. But yeah, that makes sense. Perfect.
Is there uh, uh like how tall is the manor, and is there like a singular or like multiple levels, or is it a singular level type thing, or what are we looking at here on that?
Yeah, of course. It is a 3-story manor where you have kind of the first 2 stories follow the exact same floor plan. Meanwhile, the next story up is smaller and has like the roofed section. And then there's a few like doors that lead out to almost like a balcony section on that's on top of the other 2 floors. You can tell each floor individually is about 10-ish feet tall, give or take just a little bit of wiggle room there. So all in all, you have 20 feet up to like balcony on most parts, and then another 10 feet up to the actual like roof itself of the main roof. You can see the main roof itself overlooks what you assume to be the dining hall where you were before. As you remember, when you were in there, when you looked up, you could see that there was a glass roof. So there's at least a section that is glass that you can look into. Um, the manor has 2 wings, one on either side. The front is facing Belfry Killica, with the entrance right there, but then there's a wing on either side that is just mostly just a thin, long rectangle on either side of the manor that could be any number of things. You can make out what is probably directly underneath the large glass roof at the top is the main hall. and then there is connected to the roof, so no balcony on the back portion. But it does kind of clip off into almost like a T section.
Okay. So, if I know anything about robbing rich people, I feel like the mayor would want to be looking out towards the town. So his room will probably be on the front side of the top. I'm sorry, was the front? It was like two separate wings in the front on the top.
That is correct.
Okay. Left or right, I'm not sure, but I feel like that's our best bet or my best bet. Is someone come with me, or is this a solo mission?
I can probably come with if you want.
I would. Yeah, I'd like at least one.
Sure.
We just have to figure out how to get onto the balcony without anyone seeing us.
Well, I have rope if you need it, if you don't have any of your own. Though, if you're a proper
Uh,
rogue, I guess you would.
I feel like I should.
I definitely do. If you don't, Val.
I don't know what's in a burglar's pack, but I assume there's rope
It
in
has
there.
it has rope.
Okay.
Gotta have rope.
Come on, you gotta
Got
have
to.
rope,
It's
buddy.
gotta be rope.
Very good.
Yeah, that's the plan for me.
Okay. Let's get right to it, I guess. How do you want to do this?
Well, Gellin, I hate to admit this, but you're probably a lot stronger than me. If you can throw the rope up there and get it taut, we can climb.
I'll give it a try. You all see as Gellin and Val approach the manor proper, and you all stay behind.
Would it be easier to shoot it up using a crossbow?
Oh, now wait a second.
That wouldn't be bad.
That's not a bad idea.
We can try that if you like.
Yeah, let's just fire off a couple crossbow shots.
I have a crossbow.
Let's
Yeah.
just
Ari,
let's
did you
fire
go with
3.
them?
Oh, okay.
Sure. And all right, come with. It'll be fun.
Oh, all right. Let's go. All
All right.
right.
Okay, I'll say this just as like a like if stuff doesn't go right, if you see like a flash of green shooting out of any windows or anything, that's gonna be like the signal that shit's hit the fan.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Yeah, you see, as the three depart for the manor, Kamos and Henry, you see on each of your fingers after a few seconds, sorry, on each of your like dominant hand index finger, you see a deep black and purple little butterfly comes and lands and rests on your finger.
Neat.
Cutting back to the. Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, what do you suppose this means, Camus?
Perhaps it is our friends that are trying to share information with us. I do not know. Is the shade of the butterflies the same as the shade of the crystals?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway.
The crystals themselves are letting off like a light lavender almost. Meanwhile, these butterflies are like a deep violet purple.
That makes sense. I don't know. Do they respond to anything? Just Kamos holds it up to his face. Goes, "Hello, little friend."
If you move it too much, it like leaves your hand for a second, flutters around, and waits for your hand to become motionless again, and then it lands. But it does not appear to respond to vocal in any way.
Yep, got it.
Cutting back to the folks going to the manor, you note that there is a small section of the banister that kind of cuts out further from the rest. Just on the left wing, so the one face like closest to where you are. But yeah, there's a little bit of banister with like railing that's just thin enough that you could probably fit a rope and maybe use a bolt to like stick it in there.
Okay. All right. Am I doing the honors?
Sure, go for it.
Absolutely.
All right. I am going to tie the rope around the bolt of my crossbow. And that is going to be. Would that be like just a regular, like with the dex check or my attack bonus?
Your attack bonus.
Okay. That's going to be a. Hold on. That's a 14.
Excuse me, I took a big bite of chili.
I figured it was something like that.
Don't mind. Yeah, you see the bolt flies smoothly through the air with a subtle twang from the crossbow, lodges into the like tile on the upside on the top of the banister. Oh God, I can't speak.
That chili's got you messed up, man.
Listen, chili's got me down bad. Um, the bolt digs into the floor and it is secured, is what I'm trying to say, but I have
Okay.
not the words to say it.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna start climbing.
Go after.
Likewise, Gellin will bring up the rear.
Oh,
You see as you get to the top, um, there is kind of a glass door that leads back into the manor itself, and it leads into a room where the lights are off. Other than that, you can walk to the other side of the what the fuck is it called? What have I been calling it this whole time? And now the word has escaped me. Where
Balcony?
are you?
balcony?
The balcony. The word balcony fully exited my vocabulary as soon as I ate that first bite of chili. Okay. You see, you can cross to the other side of the balcony and see across to the other wing, where there is um, a about a lit up room, but it's the same type of room as the one you're in front of now. It's about 30 feet in between the two balconies, but there's a bit of railing on like the side that you could maybe walk across. It would just be a bit treacherous. Like it's kind of slanted railing and it's not really meant for this.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever you want to do is up to you. If you slip off the railing and fall, you would fall into the main front entrance where there are guards like just sitting over and watching the front entrance.
Well, I mean, you don't not try, right? What do you guys think?
I mean, we don't know which hall it's going to be in, right?
I guess that's fair.
We're looking for his bedroom, right?
Yeah, we're looking for uh his bedroom, and I know it's like very late at night, so he might be sleeping in the bed as well, which we need to
In the
check
bedroom.
underneath of.
That might be a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do I have anything that might help with that? No, I don't. Hmm. All right, before we go in, I'm going to take a minute to expend a first level spell slot and cast Bless on the three of us.
Mm.
Nice.
So we get to add a d4 to an attack or saving throw. Attack roll or saving throw.
It's bless is actually, since it's concentration, it's you add it to each attack roll or saving throw we make until you drop concentration.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
Sick.
that is what I meant.
Perfect.
Cool.
So what do you guys want to do? Do you want to cross over to the other wing, or do you want to try and just enter through into the dark room?
I said so. Is there any windows into this dark
I
room
was
that
gonna
we're
say,
at?
can we see in? And how do the two of you do seeing in the dark?
I do very well at that.
All right.
Not so hot.
Well, 2 out of 3 is not bad.
Oh wait, I lied. I have 60 feet of dark vision.
Oh, you do. You also do very well on that.
I lied. I completely thought I did.
All right.
It's all right. You're keeping track of like an entire game and 2 whole characters right now.
And I'm eating chili.
um, yeah, I think we can. I don't know. This one just seems safer for now. If we
Yeah, I
have
say
to
we
get
look
across.
we look in that room, and if it looks like there's anything waiting for us that we don't want to run into, there's always the other way.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I'll go open up that door if I can.
Okay, it is a glass door, so you can peer inside.
Oh yeah, let's do that first. Absolutely.
Okay, give me a perception check.
And Nari is also going to take a look inside.
Sure. Gellen's gonna keep watch out here.
19 from Valendros.
That's a nat 20.
Oh, huge.
A 19 succeeded. On a nat 20, I'll tell you a little more. You peer in and see God damn it. Sorry, my cat is trying to reach his paw into my chili, and it is making my life difficult. I have to try and DM, run 2 characters, eat chili while fighting off a cat.
All right, good luck.
Good luck, for real. Okay. You peer into the room. It is pitch black, but that doesn't stop your dark vision from working.
Obvious.
You see a figure asleep in a bed on the right side of the room. It is a moderately nice bed. It's got like the tall fucking things that you hang the curtains from around the fancy beds. You know the ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The bolster.
Bedposts.
Yeah, that.
Shout out to the word bedpost. Yes, you see that, and you see one figure sleeping in there. It looks to be a younger guy. Hard to make out features. He's like turned to face away from you.
Well,
Other
isn't
than
that
that,
just
on the
confusing?
other side, you see a door on the other side of the room, opposite of the glass door that presumably leads further into the manor. And that is what you see.
We both see this, correct?
Correct.
Okay. No, we I guess go back and regroup with Galen for a second. Well, that looks like there's a man or a person sleeping in a bed in there.
In the bed.
That could be it.
We might find the right room.
Worth a go.
I don't suppose there's any way that we could start a distraction on the other side of the house to see if maybe we could flush him out of his bed to go check out what that is while we snuck in. Or while someone snuck in.
Sure, I don't see why not. I could probably do something like that.
All right.
Gellin climbs the rope down and starts heading around to the other side of the manor. You'll know what it is.
All right.
Do you think I should go help him, or do you want me to stick around here?
That's up to you. I'm pretty sneaky, so I should be okay. But
Okay.
Gellin says as he leaves, the more people that come with me, the harder it's going to be for me to get away.
oh, fair enough.
All right.
Sounds like you're with me.
Yeah, divide and conquer. More looking.
All right. A couple of minutes pass, and everyone hears the sound of a gunshot near the back of the manor.
Okay.
You see the man in the room jolts awake. And you hear a lot of mobilization from like the guards beneath you. Henry and Kamos, you both hear this gunshot. Your butterflies remain on your fingers and do not react.
Okay.
And yeah, the man in the room swiftly puts on a cloak and exits his room, turning the lights on. You see, he flicked some kind of contraption in the back, and a string of these crystals that are lining the ceiling all light up this light lavender.
Do I get a look at the man?
You do see Mayor Jacob Bithell step out of his bed and turn on the light and head down the hallway.
Nice. Yeah, I'm. Are you ready?
Me?
Let's go.
There.
All right, you enter the room.
Heck yeah.
You see the bed on the right. You see a couple of dressers on the left, and like a couple of just loose furniture on the left side of the room.
Immediately going to cross to the door and lock it if there's a lock.
There is.
Okay. Nice. Is the bed like high enough off the ground to where I can crawl underneath of it to get to the frame, or is it like all the way stretching to the ground where I have to like lift the mattress?
You can probably squeeze underneath.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that then, and start looking around the frame for this notebook.
Is there anything like next, like any like a chest of drawers or anything next to the bed?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand what you said.
Is there like a nightstand or anything next to the bed? I think you said something about that. Does it have any drawers?
Yes. Yep. Yes, it does. Both of you just give me an investigation check.
Okay. I'm gonna be a nosy bitch. Don't forget
19.
you to add less to
Oh.
that.
That's 1d4, correct?
Yes, 1d4. I know my spells.
So a 22.
That's gonna be a 16 for me.
Okay.
Oh,
On a 16, you find mostly just a couple of like quick access things. You find a little flintlock pistol. You find like a small like collection of notes and letters and like a pen in there. Nothing that stands out too much. You do find what looks like a wallet, effectively, just a little pouch with seems like a hefty amount of gold in it.
I want to do two things if the DM will allow it. I am going to unload that pistol and put it right back where I found it, and like, I don't know, do something with the bullets to see if I can hide them somewhere. And then I want to steal some of his gold and give some to Valandros.
So, as being like a flintlock pistol, it only has one bullet loaded at a time.
Okay.
But there is
just
like a
put that
collection
in
of
my
other
pocket.
bullets in the area.
Okay.
So you could like
Yeah.
scatter, you could get rid of the bullets effectively, no problem.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you pocket the gold.
I'm gonna pocket the gold.
Okay, not enough time to count how much you got right now, so since you are on the move. Valandros. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say then I'll just help Valandros if there's anything he needs help with.
Okay. Valandros, you rolled what again?
22.
22 is very nice. You reach down, slip under the bed frame, start digging around on like the planks that make up what holds the actual mattress and springboard, and you find squished between one of those planks and the springboard a worn out old leather journal with
Nice.
a little hook on the front that locks it shut.
Like something that requires a key, or just like a hook that just like you can unsnap?
Just a hook.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take that and put it in my bag.
Perfect.
And then I am going to turn to Inari and say, did you find anything?
Well, no, not really, but I did only if you count this bag full of gold.
Oh, not bad. All right, let's get out of here.
Alright.
You hear another gunshot from the rear, followed by 2 more gunshots that sound louder and different.
Oh no.
Um,
Okay.
but what else
Uh,
do you do?
I am going to unlock the door to make it seem like no one was here,
No.
uh,
Yeah. Smart.
and
Okay.
then just sneak back out where we came.
Perfect. You guys collectively head down into the forest outside. Do you want to head back up to where Henry and Kamos are waiting?
Do we need to get Gallon or no? He's got it under control.
He said he was going to be fine.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's the assumption that Valandros has, is like he's got a plan and he should be okay.
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 So yeah, back to Gellin and Kamos and Rune.
Not Galen, but yes, everyone
Oh,
but
I'm
Galen.
sorry, Kamos,
Thomas and Henry and
Rune.
Rune.
Exactly. We're in. Yeah. You see as you head on over, the rest of them are well, what do Kamos and Henry do as you hear those extra gunshots?
Uh, well, one gunshot is not a plan going to shit. Multiple gunshots might just be a plan going to shit. Uh, so Kamas is going to. Is there any active commotion that we can see from the hill?
From the hill, make me a perception check.
Okay.
Do it with advantage.
Okay. Okay, and we will use our last battle dice for Flash of Genius to add a d8 to that. That's all sorts of bad. That's a 16.
On a 16, you see a cloud of smoke or fog appear near the back of the manor. You hear people firing muskets into that cloud of smoke, and you see uh, just shooting around out of the cloud of smoke into the cover of the left wing. You see Gellin starting to sprint towards the front of the manor.
Opposite our
As
direction, yes?
opposite your direction.
Okay, I'm gonna use the cryptogram to just send like a message as a little scroll unfolds in front of him, as this has historically worked great. And I'm just gonna
Every
say, run around the whole. No, wait, shoot. How many words is it?
No, it has to be. It has to be 8 characters.
8 character. Oh, 8 characters. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Wrong way.
Oh no.
Wrong way. Right.
Yes. If you don't put a space.
WRONGWAY. Yeah.
If you want to coordinate with Kamos, we can get 16 characters.
Well. Oh yeah, that works. Yeah, I'll just say, Amos, I'm going to send a message. He needs to meet us around back here. He's going the wrong way. I'll say wrong way. What do you want to say?
Damn. How about if you say he needs
Don't have much time. He's
Yeah.
running out of view.
shit, we don't have enough cactus. It is yes, wrong way.
On hill, perhaps.
I had an idea and I miscounted. Always the most frustrating thing when you're working with a limited number of stuff. Yeah. Let's see. Then I will send left if bad. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
That's
fine. It's
9.
fine.
But sure.
It's 9.
LFT
no,
if bad. Okay. Yeah, I send the message. Wrong way.
Yeah, and I'll send another message being like, "Aha, break left."
Okay.
That's fine. Confuse him
Gellin
as much as possible.
knows that this is coming from either Henry or Kamos. Sees wrong way, followed by left if bad. LFT, he interprets that as left. I think that's fair. Gellen's going to make an insight check because when I hear wrong way, left if bad, Gellen's goal at the moment is to lead people away from his friends. He knows where you guys are. He's
Okay.
not running at you for a reason. So he hears wrong way, left if bad, as in
Yeah, but
wrong way, there's soldiers on the other side. So I'm about to run into soldiers. Left if bad, so I need to cut left if something goes bad. So I'm going to roll an insight check because that's what I, as the player, would understand.
Yeah, it's fine.
all right.
Okay, that is a natural 20. Exactly what do you want him to do?
Just lead them away, then cut around back to the hill and meet up with us, I guess.
Okay. A message not at all interpreted by wrong way, left if bad. However, on a natural 20, he intuits the nature, the orders of his captain and of his friend Henry. He
He's been with
continues.
y'all long enough.
Exactly.
very
He
in
continues
sync.
along the path, fires his gun into a window to create more of a distraction. Yeah, and continues running, goes around to the front of the manor, and disappears from your line of sight. Yeah, Inari and Valandros, you jump down off the banister, off the balcony. I'll never remember the word balcony. And head up to the hill where the others are waiting.
Hmm.
Did you get it?
I pull it out of my bag with a big grin.
Good. Galen ran that way. Told him to circle around. It was a bit confusing, but hopefully he gets the message.
Wait, did you
Fine.
guys cryptogram again?
Truly
Yeah.
perfect. Never wrong.
Oh, cryptogram. Oh dear. It's a bit
Really
short,
cryptic.
isn't it?
Anyway,
A bit rough.
should we wait here?
Um, well, if we can get to Gellin, I might be able to provide us some cover if we need it. I just he won't be able to see us very well if he's not with us.
I am worried that the over-under on being able to catch up with Galen, or rather, the over-under on the soldiers being able to catch up with Galen before he is away and hidden is big. So perhaps. Hmm.
This is why you choose thaumaturgy when you're a cleric, kids.
Always useful. Okay. Perhaps we look for a way to get a line of sight of where he's going. So what direction did Galen head in, real quick?
He cut
Or
across the
straight out,
front
right?
of the manor. So he turned left after reaching the front and ran to the other wing.
Other wing of the manor?
Yes.
Oh, so he went back in.
Yeah.
I think we should probably just wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows where to go. He'll be back.
That's
We
fair.
should just trust him for now, and I mean, at worst, they're not going to kill him, right? They would want him as collateral for us. So, worst case
Hopefully.
scenario, just break him out.
Good
Okay.
point.
Can I real quick ready an action to drop a rope if he comes to the hill where we are?
It's not a steep enough hill that's needed.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
But yeah, you guys can all get a line of sight onto where Gelen cut just by moving a little bit further right to the hill. We're gonna roll something just really quick. I'm gonna roll in chat. This is going to be a dexterity saving throw from Gelen. He's pretty good at these.
Good.
Yeah,
That's why
he
you
has a
say
plus.
before you nat one.
Yeah, this is a +5 on a 15 or higher. Gelen gets away and dives into the ocean to swim out and just break line of sight on anyone following him. On a 14 or lower, specifically from the range of 5 to 14, Gelen gets shot by a musket.
Hmm.
On a 1 to 4, Gelen gets captured.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
so
Now
for
you're
that to
making
work,
this.
that has to be a natural 1 because I have a +5. There is no other
Right.
way for
Oh,
Gellant to hit
okay.
a match. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a 9. So sorry, that's a 14, which is just below what we needed. So Gellant does get shot by a musket. Take 15 points of piercing damage as he is shot in the leg and trips over, and then gets back up and limps off into the ocean and swims away.
Right.
At least the salt water will disinfect it.
And that is where we're going to cut for today, just because we are running over time pretty harshly. Thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by. Really appreciate it. That was a good little session we had there. We started off in the Vomra
Yeah.
caves, surrounded by basilisks. Turned out the basilisks kind of sucked and don't know how to read, so we trapped them in the tunnels, and presumably they're drowning now because of the tide. But
I
yeah,
think they'll be fine.
I think they'll be
They've been living
fine.
there. They've been living there for a while.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
sure they
remember,
went somewhere
They
when the tide went
they
high.
know what's going on.
I can only handle one
Anyways,
illusion up at a time. It goes away.
okay, very good, very good. After that, we escaped the Vomra caves, found a couple of fancy crystals, uh, made our way back down to an area, and yeah, some other things happened that we'll recap next week because I don't remember anything that happened today. I have
No,
short-term
it's fine.
amnesia.
It's fine. Beautiful
Once
recapping
again,
later.
I have been Johnny McAllister. Joining me today have been Tovi Trubnik, my co-host, uh, our good friend, the captain, Dr. Benjamin Stortenbecker,
Yo ho.
everyone's favorite rogue and the crew's man-at-arms, Connor Griffith, and collector of human teeth, Margaret Stortenbecker.
Bye.
Any last words for the chat, for the YouTube followers, for the viewers, for the fans?
Thank you. You
Later,
guys are number
guys.
one.
Don't
Have a
forget
good
to brush
one.
your teeth.
Hey, don't
You'll
forget
never
to
prove
brush
I
your
did it.
teeth.
Hey,
Come back on
from
Friday.
the world's second most human teeth collector, don't forget to brush your teeth means a lot. I'll see you all tomorrow as we do a talk back there, and
Oh, are
it'll
we
be
doing it
me and
tomorrow?
someone else. Yeah, I said on Thursday.
Okay.
We're doing it on Thursday so we can have you there and me
Yeah.
and one other person.
All right. Later.
Goodbye.